Sounds good. When you buy Phoenix, you buy local. Yeah, buddy.
There we go. Can you guys hear us?
Hello.
Nick, you can unmute yourself.
Hola. Hello, everybody.
Everyone here?
Hello. So,
Can everyone hear Nick?
Hello. Maybe.
Yes. Yes?
Yeah.
All right, sick. Hell yeah.
yeah, so for those who don't
Audio.
know,
Audio.
the reason we're streaming later than usual because we are doing Nick's build. We have Nick here with us, hanging out with us,
Heck yeah.
watching his build be built.
And I appreciate you guys letting me be on. This is gonna be fun
Absolutely.
because
Oh,
I've
no, this is gonna be a lot of
always
fun.
built my own PCs. I've never watched someone build one for me. I've actually usually been the guy doing it for others. So this will be fun.
We'll be gentle with your baby.
Oh, you can. Oh, no, I'm not gonna say that.
Let's start throwing shit all over the place.
Anyways, Sev, Trashy, Hatchet 99. Is that 4 nines? That name is so blue.
That is very weird.
Hatchet. Let's see who else we got. Smoke. Foxblade. Flock. Whoa. Fox Blades Christie. Hey everybody.
Booga booga.
I'm eating because it took them a while to get my food. You don't see a hammer. Can you really build a PC if you don't use a hammer?
Wait.
Well, contrary. No. No. I was gonna make a joke about the penis rocket.
Oh no. Luckily, it's a little hammer. Can't do much damage with that, right?
Any hammer.
Contrary to the beliefs of
No, leave the hammer out. I'm gonna
Penis
use
Rocket
it.
Company, you don't need a hammer to build a PC.
Well, if you're gonna be careful, yeah.
I don't know if I've ever used a hammer to build a PC.
Oh, I've seen a video. There was a video where a guy couldn't get the RAM stick in, and I think he was just fucking around.
No.
But he got a hammer. Yes, exactly. Okay,
See
but
the RAM
to be fair, there are definitely some like motherboards where the RAM slots are super tight, and a hammer would go a long way.
No, it would not. It would go.
I'd rather use my body weight than a hammer.
It would go all the way through the PC.
Dude, my fingers are all sauced up now. I hate it. I
Here,
hate it.
I'll clean them.
No, get away from me.
Well, if that's the case, I want Ryan to build it. Get those saucy
Do you
fingers.
legitimately want me to kiss your PC?
Slippery.
I mean, if you want, I don't care.
It's happening. It's
I
happening.
mean, you said you wanted
If
me
it
to.
makes a good clip, do it.
I mean, I don't want to necessarily, but I'm also not opposed if you want me to.
That's fair. Only if you want it. Oh, hello. But that's my wife in chat, by the way,
Yeah,
Miss
hello.
White Lady.
Hello, hello. Needs lipstick if he's gonna do it. That's what I was literally thinking about that.
Oh my.
Lipstick. Oh, leave a mark on there.
Yeah, leave a mark. Like maybe like cover it with some nail polish or something so it
Could
doesn't rub off.
take a Sharpie and like color on your lips and then.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't like that one.
That'd be a cool little Easter egg if it was like an internal part you normally can't see. Oh, no worries at all, dear. No worries. I hope you like it.
Oh, wait, this is actually for her? Or is that, I thought it was a joke. It is a joke,
No,
right?
it's for me, but she's looking at getting some upgrades herself very soon.
Oh. Not Sharpie, it won't transfer. It's washable scented markers or not. I guess that would be better. If I had to have the
Either
choice
that
between Sharpie
or grease paint. 'Cause that'll never come off.
I don't like the sound of that.
That'll never come off.
Oh, also, Ryan, I think the specs are.
Oh yeah, they're
Yes.
not right.
Yep, we need to do that.
I want to do that before stream and then we hop in the
Oh,
Call
it's
of
all
Duty
good.
first.
Such is life.
I would
Right
forget
now,
every
because my
single
fingers
time.
are all sauced up.
Oh fuck. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah, so for the rest of chat, what happened is I went to go get food. Got to make sure that there was a fork bag. I don't have a fork. And I tried using a straw to like punch the boneless wings and it didn't work. So
How do you not have one fork in that house?
They're in the house. They're just.
successful?
Inaccessible.
You were gonna. Did you email the customer? But Nick is literally right here. Aha. Yeah, it is. Pay them to do the Corsair fans. Smart. I think we were gonna do the Corsair fans regardless, because the cooler.
Yeah.
That's why the
Oh, yeah.
fans are different for the. Oh, what are we having for food for noms? It's just some Zaxby's. I get 15 boneless wings, but you can't. There is no 15 boneless wings meal, so I get a boneless wings meal plus 10
Hey, where'd you get them from?
Zaxby's.
Don't advertise. for them.
Zaxby's. I've actually never had them. I've actually, since like when I moved to Virginia, I saw Zaxby's for the first time ever, and I asked my wife, like, "Is that place good?" She's vegan though, so she really wouldn't know. But she said from
Vegan?
her, like
Yeah.
past as a kid, she remembered it was horrible. And apparently that's like the common thing around here. Zaxby's is terrible. What is chat think?
Really?
Is Zaxby's good?
I've
mean,
never had
It's
Zaxby's.
not like
Um.
got some Nick echo.
Oh fuck.
Sorry.
Might need to turn it down then a little bit.
I don't know. I think it's kind of at the edge of like where we can hear him pretty well.
Maybe. Why can't the audio just work? Where's Patrick when we need him?
Well, I
Audio's
mean,
the
we
hardest
could
thing
turn
to
up the
get
noise
right.
gate.
We could turn up the noise gate.
Let's do that.
That'll work.
Quasi, what's up?
What's up, Quasi?
Oh God, I can't.
Yo.
Ryan's gonna get the mouse all sticky.
No, I'm using the other hand.
Ooh. Sure.
The only thing is I can't. Okay.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it's at 0.3 instead of. Oh God. Why is this like this?
Why is what like what? Oh my God.
Like you would think that, and why is it a rotating
I don't
slider?
know. I don't know.
Oh no. Okay. 0.5 it is. I can't get anything else. Can you guys still hear us pretty good?
Sound good to me.
The second camera is doing a weird flicker, we know. There's something up with this motherboard on our stream PC where like, it's like, I mean, it's acting like it's out of bandwidth. Because if we turn it up, so it's at 720p 30, or is it 24? I think it's 24 FPS. And if we go any higher, it just freezes. It just
Yeah, it
doesn't
work.
it just decides not to work.
Like literally, I've tried doing 720p 30 frames per second.
And it's still a
it's
little
just-
freaky, yeah.
Yeah, still
Does
it's
not
no
want
good.
to do it.
But yeah, on the topic of Zaxby's, I like Zaxby's. Like the only thing is like they have a somewhat limited menu. So
Chicken.
It's chicken, right? That's it?
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
So like if you don't like something on the menu, then why you would. Yeah, I like the boneless wings, and then that's the thing though is like if I couldn't get boneless wings, I probably wouldn't go just because I've tried and there's not really too much else on the menu. So.
I refuse to go to Zaxby's because I see their advertisements all the time. And at this point, I'm just being petty.
Oh wait, what's up?
Well,
Boneless wings are glorified chicken nuggets. I agree.
not true. Do it again.
I agree.
It's gonna be like that scene from The Office when Jim keeps doing it and he's like, all right, that's it, Pam, I'm going home.
That's about to mean me if I bite my lip another time.
I like I almost said chicken nuggets. I do like those too, but I like boneless wings. But I don't know, just the taste for me with the bone in just tastes way better.
Bone in is good, yeah.
But they are messier, that is for sure.
I don't know. For me personally, they don't really add anything, and it's just hard to eat.
Yeah,
I like the
I guess
pork
yeah, all
too.
personal preference in the end.
Yeah.
Oh dang, it's got 4 fans. I think I remember one of your guys' streams recently. I was asking about the fans, and I think Wells, you were saying something about like you thought maybe it wouldn't even fit 3 of them.
So no, it's
The
because
bottom
of
only fits 2 fans.
the bottom and the side.
And the side.
Only fit 2 fans, and so instead of like the Lee and Lee doing like just 3 on the side, it would just fit 2 on the side, and then 1 in the back, 2 in the bottom, and so I think the compromise was
Basically, it's 280 millimeter max instead of a 360 millimeter
Yeah.
max.
Right.
Yeah, you just get 2 140s instead of 3 120s.
Cool. Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah, it should look
Yeah, that's
really
my
good.
first ever all white build too. I've never had a white computer. I've always gone strict black.
it's gonna look good.
Mm-hmm.
Braveheart, hello, welcome in.
Hello.
I feel like all white builds have been kind of growing in popularity the past few years.
I think so, yeah.
Are you American? Yes, we are.
Are you American?
You a lesbian? Or what's the line? It's like, hey little bro, I'm a lesbian. He's like, I thought you were American.
Oh yeah, the Vine. I
Yeah.
can't remember what the kid exactly said, but I know what you're talking about. I didn't realize you were going all white. Yeah, I figured try to switch it up.
The build owner playing the part of God? Yeah, that's Nick. Vicarious Nick in chat. One of our flock
I'm just
members.
chilling out here in the clouds.
Go beat tomorrow. Oh, is this for soccer? I don't follow soccer.
We'll beat tomorrow. What, like the Wendy's parking lot?
Who's getting beat up?
Who's getting beat up?
Wendy's parking lot tomorrow? I don't know. Whoever's there.
Is it warm in the clouds? Actually, it's pretty warm in my office, but I have a fan, thankfully, that I have on full speed.
Whoever doesn't get all their work done is the one that gets beat.
We have mandatory.
Pat's running a little late. It's looking a little close for him.
Did you see what I made the go live? I made the go live for anyone who didn't see it. Ryan causes a traffic jam. Patrick, on today's stream, Ryan causes a traffic jam. Patrick gets stuck in the traffic jam, and Wells lays down in the median. I mean, we were both on I-7 or I-95 for a little bit. It's not that far-fetched to think that you braked at the wrong time and then it made the accordion effect all the way back to Pat.
It's possible.
It's Ryan's fault.
So you've been told established titles is a scam and you're not in fact a lord? Okay. First of all, yes, that is a thing. If you guys didn't know, established titles is a scam.
What is what?
So
What is that?
it's YouTubers have been doing a lot of like sponsored segments for them recently. Ha ha, Ryan wears a red shirt, ha ha, he hoo ha ha, so funny. Anyways, yeah, so
He's about to commit genocide.
so established titles, for those who don't know, you buy a plot of land in Scotland, and because of Scottish law or whatever, since you own land, you're considered a lord. And so it's basically just kind of like a fun gift thing. It's sort of like buying someone a star, right?
Or like on the moon, like territory on the moon.
Yeah, it's that type of thing. And then they've been setting themselves up as like a charity thing. So you buy a plot of land, and then they partner with a different charity to plant a tree, and it's supposed to like help preserve Scottish forests. And but I don't know the full details, so take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt from here on. But I believe it sounds like to me what happened is they weren't actually like planting trees at all or anything. So, as far as I know, which again is not, I haven't looked into this, so I could be very wrong. As far as I know, they were still selling the plots of land. But maybe that is what happened, is they're not even selling plots of land. That'd be like, yes, it'd be messed up to lie about charity, but I feel like that's even worse if you're like not actually getting the plot of land. Getting the title of lord or whatever. Saw an ad for them just last night. Yeah, this is a very recent thing, and surprisingly, I haven't seen a ton of people talking about it. Last time you got swindled this hard, you adopted a platypus? What?
Wait, what?
Okay.
Did you get a little too excited about Phineas and Ferb? Like, what happened? Perry? Perry the platypus?
Most unbelievable show about, like, unbelievable part of that show is that Doofenshmirtz, a man who creates weapons of mass destruction, could not figure out that it was the same platypus over and over and over again. How many platypi are there in all that they're in?
Danville.
Danville. There just probably aren't that many platypi in Danville.
Is platypi the correct plural for platypus?
I'm unsure, but I'm rolling with it.
I guess it sounds better than platypuses.
Look, there is no correct language. It's only the language that people speak and can use effectively.
Platypussies.
True.
Could be. Look,
It's definitely not,
I'm a big proponent of meese.
I love meese.
I love meese.
Wait, like
The plural of moose?
moose is meese.
Meese.
Yes, correct. That is correct.
Yeah.
That is the official definition, or plural.
He had a pretty great disguise though, not gonna lie. I love like they do that bit in One Piece as well. Like Luffy's just dumb as bricks and someone like puts on a mustache.
Oh, he just doesn't know.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't know who this is. Yeah. It's great. Great.
Where did he go?
Meeson. More meese than people.
That's crazy.
I wish meese were nice. I wish they were like. I wish you could go up and pet a moose without risking like being
Is this like the bear?
brutally mauled.
This is basically a bear, but like deer.
Okay, look, if bears were actually dangerous, then their ears would not look like that. It's not fair. I don't get it.
Fear is holding you back from your dream.
That's a good point.
I feel like that's something you say before like a headline. Like you say that and then it cuts to a headline of like man brutally mauled by moose
Worth it was his last words.
by pack of meese.
There's a story of a guy down in Florida. They're at a like Riverside bar or something, and there's a little dock, and they're out standing there, and this one guy sees an alligator, crocodile, alligator, and he's like, "Fuck that alligator!" and he jumps in to fight it, and it fucking kills him, like as you would expect.
What?
I mean, like there's a chart that lists a bunch of different animals, and it gives you the percent of the population, likely extrapolated from a smaller, what's the word?
Yeah.
Data set.
Gives you the percentage of people that think that they could win in a fight against said animal. And I mean, it was like 10% of Americans think that they could beat a grizzly bear in hand-to-hand combat.
No way.
It's just not possible. I mean, like, and it was like 25% of them thought that they could beat a chimpanzee. If a chimpanzee grabs hold of your ear, you will
Rip people's faces
you
off.
will no longer have an ear. So chimpanzees are not like abnormally strong. Like they're strong, but it's their grip strength. I mean, they like when they grab onto something, they will not let it go. Like the tensile, like their grip strength is stronger than the tensile strength of your ear. It's a little scary.
What are you gonna do? Stab me? Quote from Man Stabbed, yeah. But no, I never realized that. Like, a bear is to a dog what a moose is to a deer.
Okay. I'll
Right?
accept that. I'll take that.
So why
I
don't
like
we
that.
have domesticated deer?
I've seen a couple of videos of people like not domesticating, but they like take a baby deer in when it's injured and the deer doesn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Deer just wants to hang out.
I don't know, a deer can do some damage to you too. That is true.
Deer will
But then again,
like fucking
technically
like a dog
dogs
up.
can too.
Yes, it's true. Oh God, I saw a horrible video of a guy who was at his
There's Nara, Japan.
was on his front porch. Guy on his front porch, and you hear barking, and then a pit bull runs up on him, and the guy gets his gun out and kills the dog, and then you hear the neighbor shouting like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing?" It was like, it was a baby or whatever. It's like, okay, that may be the case, but if you can't like keep a handle on your dog, like if it's a pit bull running at somebody, that person has, I don't know, maybe not every right to kill that dog, but dogs are kind of scary. Dogs can be scary. Not that I am a proponent of killing dogs. Certainly not.
What processor?
i9.
Yeah, but is it 12.9 or 13.9?
12.9.
Should be 13.9.
It should. Oh. That is
I'm glad I got that.
That is my bad.
Oh, it's all good. It's one of those things where like I didn't want to stop you on
you're-
stream, but I was like,
No,
I'll
you
just DM and
definitely
see
should.
if I was wrong or not.
Yes.
Okay.
Good catch. That is why we like when people watch their builds.
Heck yeah.
Sure, we're not messing up.
I would feel bad if I told you later after you got it all in there, and it's like, no, yeah, I
you
gotta
just
swap
like
it out.
you just let Wells get like the CPU in and everything. Or
It's like
the-
at some
the cooler
point,
on and
at some
everything.
point, there is such a thing as being too polite.
Yes.
Playing a 4770K Mobo RAM cooler tomorrow and order your Z790 on way to pair it with your 1080. Ooh.
God, I got home and I forgot that I sort of like rebuilt my brother's computer the other day, or no, not the other day, like a couple of years ago. I don't know. Can they still hear me while I'm back here?
Yeah, you can.
And it was it's a mess. It was disgusting.
I think you went too far. I think
I did go too far.
Yeah.
Okay, my
I was
back.
gonna say you got cut off like right at the good part.
But it was disgusting. I mean, there was like the dust situation was horrid, and
Nucci!
what's up, Nucci? Hello.
What's up, Nucci?
Ooga booga.
Yeah, no, like I thought you were gonna say talk about the woman who was like proud that she shot like a wolf or like a baby wolf or something, but it was literally just a dog.
What the fuck?
And like she was like proud of it and like posted on Facebook.
Ooh. That's not a good look. I don't know how I feel about these like very extra.
I was literally just gonna say that. Like, what is that thing that it's in?
I mean,
Like
they're always really extra and fancy for the.
Looks
well,
like
not this
those old
generation, not
chocolate
12th
tins
gen.
you get on Christmas.
Or I wonder if they
Well,
had.
there's different packaging, right?
I guess that's true. Yeah. Sorry, Nick. What'd you say?
Oh, I was just saying that that thing that it came in, it looks like those old tins you'd get from grandma on Christmas that had chocolates
It's a
in
very small like thing that's supposed to have knitting supplies.
it. Yeah.
But then they fooled you into thinking that there might be cookies, and then now whenever you check one, it's just knitting supplies again.
Oh man, this is an i9 processor. I wanted cookies.
God damn it.
Christmas is ruined.
I hate everything.
I 100%
Even fits in the
want to
box.
make some Christmas cookies this year.
Heck yeah. What's your favorite?
Definitely like chocolate chip, but like, I mean, like I'm actually gonna buy like the like, I don't know what to call them other than like the like Christmas cookies, like the pre-made ones, and they're like shaped and they're like colored. They're sugar cookies, and
So it's like sugar cookies with frosting on them.
no, I don't think it. No, it's not like they're not baked.
Oh,
They're like they're literally all you have to do is like put them on the tray though. Bake them. Yeah, the webcam is glitching.
Yeah, it's been doing that. It's been doing that for a while now.
Yeah, we talked about it a bit earlier, but long story short, just
Might just need
bear
to
with us.
build a
it's-
new PC.
yeah,
that's
try
the Logitech
restarting
Brio,
it.
right?
Huh?
The webcam, is that the Logitech Brio?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Is the firmware up to date?
As far as we know.
I think so. Might be worth checking.
Because I had that camera before, and I remember I don't think I had that specific issue, but I had some weird glitches with OBS, and I looked it up, and people were saying you have to not only have the Logitech software on the computer, but there was like a specific firmware update you had to download to fix a lot of the issues with it.
We may need to
But
look
I
at it.
don't know.
We've tried different USB ports. We've tried different cables. Also, I think we've tried switching the cameras. And I don't know why. Yeah, it's just the second one. Just tried plugging it in. Thank you, Nunchi.
Oh no.
If you tried
plugging
plugging
it
it,
Yeah, okay, I don't know if it's the motherboard or not. Like, you'd think, what is it, a Z590A or Z? I think it's a Z690A board. You'd think it'd have enough bandwidth. I mean, it's not a cheap piece of shit.
is it the cable that's coming out of it? Is it just a USB-C to USB-C? I'm assuming.
I think it's USB-C to A.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that wouldn't be the problem, I don't think.
I don't. Or we should. Yeah, we should have. Maybe Pat. Don't forget to blow in the USB to make sure it's clear. Oh goodness, I don't think that's good. But yeah, no, like it's kind of funny because Lydia was making cookies, and I was like, you know, you could use like the cookie dough that I bought. Like, oh, I'm not making. Like, I'm making. We made chai.
Chai cookies.
Yeah. I was just like, oh, that's dumb. I love chocolate chip cookies.
I'm right there with you. I'm pretty picky when it comes to cookies. My only two that I really like are, well, I don't mind gingerbread, but I'd say the two like that are my favorite are Snickerdoodles and chocolate chip.
Mm-hmm.
And then for Christmas, my favorite cookies are these. It's like they're peanut butter sugar cookies basically with a Hershey Kiss in the middle. But I don't remember what they're called.
Yeah. No, I'm like, I do like Snickerdoodles, but nice. Okay.
Glad I checked.
What did you find?
White cable extensions.
Cable
Oh,
extension.
sweet.
Okay.
Now I think
Now I can get all this
I actually have
stuff
everything.
off my fingers. Very sensually stare into the camera while licking my fingers.
Oh, peanut butter blossoms. Yes, that makes sense. I just always called them the Hershey Kiss cookie. I never knew the name.
Oh, I'm gonna take my mic off this.
No, don't.
Peanut butter kisses. Yeah, I think that's what my mom called them too. That's like that was the name that I knew growing up.
Yeah, I might keep growing out the beard. We'll see. I don't know. I might grow my hair out. Mainly because I don't want to pay to get a haircut.
That's fair.
The problem is that there's gonna be that like in between stage where it's just gonna get like messy and uneven. We'll see.
That's where mine is right now. It's like where it starts going over my ears. And I'm just like, I take one day without showering and it's like greasy and gross. And just like, kind of want to cut it off.
That is 100% the worst part is whenever like your beard gets long enough where it starts doing that, like where you have to start like washing your beard with like doing stuff.
I always like paused more like because I get a little bit of beard dandruff if I go long enough without showering, and drives me nuts because then it also gets itchy and don't want to deal with it. And
That sounds cliche, but the beard oils actually help a lot.
Yeah, but that's just one more thing to buy.
That's fair, yeah.
And it's maintenance because I touch my face. It's like I can't use like product in my hair either because I touch my hair so much and I touch my face that no, I would get grease everywhere.
I would have to shave twice a day if I wanted to be cleanly shaven. I've had a beard since like end of middle school.
Oh my god.
So yeah, my facial hair, like I shaved it completely off for Halloween, and I had a 5 o'clock shadow that night, basically.
Yeah, that's another thing that drives me nuts about shaving. I love shaving, and I love when it's smooth, and like especially when I like you lay down at night and you feel your pillow and it's all soft and nice, and then in the morning it's like getting stubbly, and I'm like, what was this for?
Color your hair so it's always a minimum of $250 each salon visit.
Just do it yourself.
What in the heck? Oh, thank you.
But I guess that is coloring and everything too. But damn, yeah, it's expensive.
We don't have Pat here for his phone to go cha-ching.
Mine might. I think not because it already. Oh.
Hey, YK boss.
Oh man, those white cables look sick.
The white cables do look sick. And I like Asia Horse. I like Asia Horse is like a really good in between of like the cables sort of stay where you want, but they're still pliable. Versus like Cable Mod. Cable Mods cables are so stiff.
Rigid?
They're just too rigid. And especially when you put them in anything like a Lian Li, you're trying to like crank them down around 180 degrees is a huge pain in the ass. Yeah, Nucci, you'll have a nice easy time with the Asia Horse cables. Cable Mod cables are expensive too. The only time I think I would buy Cable Mod cables, there might be alternatives to this, is if I were doing not cable extensions, but like custom ATX cables.
Yeah, Pat's working on it. Pat is planning on being here. Tongue had a previous engagement though, so.
Oh man,
who's he getting engaged to?
Yeah, actually, I just remembered, Nucci, that thing that I need to do for you, I'll do that tonight. We had a nice break.
But you promised you'd do it for me first. I actually don't know what you're gonna do.
We had a nice break this holiday, Thanksgiving.
I cut lots and lots of wood.
I played a shit ton of Pokemon.
And I landed a double axe throw. Do you see the video?
No,
on Discord.
I didn't watch
that.
Yet.
Fuck! After stream, I'll post it in in the community Discord, or no, you know what? I'm gonna show you right now because I was very proud.
I've never gone axe throwing. Is it fun?
We just did this. We have my parents have a cabin down in Kentucky.
Holy shit.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna I'll post it in the Discord
Heck yeah.
because fuck, honestly, it made me feel really cool.
Show us Papa Wills.
Don't like that.
Yeah, I at some point I was just like, you know what? I shouldn't. I'm
Damn.
gonna do it. I'm just gonna go radio silent for a couple days. I just like did not check my phone for a couple days.
Oh,
and it was
big
nice.
shock.
It was a nice break.
It's just shocking me over and over again. Damn.
Oh no.
That's therapeutic? Yeah, it was.
Gotta invest in one of those ground wrist things or whatever you call them.
Do we though?
I don't know. That's what I've always been told. I've never used one though.
Like, I know we've talked about it a bunch on stream, but we've never had any issues, and like, we're safe enough about it that.
Yeah.
And well, and like the Linus video highlighted, it takes a lot of static to fuck a PC part up.
Yeah, they had to try really hard.
Mm-hmm. Man, that white case looks so good.
The sort of strange pattern, like, or the directional whatever, looks really good. And some.
I can't. The
Character.
last Y60 build you guys did, was that a white one as well? I can't remember.
It was red.
It was red.
it red?
That's
I
right.
believe the last one we did was.
Red, and the one before that was white. I don't think we've done a black one.
Because I've only ever seen the red and black one. I don't think I've seen like the all black
Which
version.
honestly, if I were gonna get a height, it would need to be the white or the red, because the black is just gonna hide this pattern too much.
Right.
That case
is
is
the fish
thick.
tank, yes.
It's about the same size as the 011, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think it's too much bigger, but it do have kind of a fat ass.
Like
I was actually going
most
to ask
cases are a
that
little
because
skinnier.
like I have the 011 right now and it just barely fits on my desk.
Oh. Yeah, this might would if it was wider, would that be a problem? Because it might be a little wider. I'm not sure. Though.
Not really. I can move some stuff around, but I was just curious how much bigger it is compared to the 011.
We
it looks
can
pretty
compare it
much
at the end of
the
the stream.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I think it is. It looks a little bit smaller. Why 60 too big? Time for Raven Wyvern Mutant baby. Hey, there's a reason why we max out the options on the Wyvern at i7
Mm-hmm.
3070 Ti.
You mean the Raven?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what I said. I mean,
I think you said Wyvern. It doesn't matter. Raven.
Man, if one day we could have computers that were fully waterproof and also the heat wouldn't kill fish, it would be super cool to have fish in there.
So I'm curious. If you could have an 011 without the corner support or this, would you still go with this?
Wait, what was the question?
If you could have an 011 without the corner support, so like basically the glass came to the corner and there was nothing there, it was just the glass, would you still choose this over that?
I would probably still choose the Y60, mainly because I do really like the look of the corner glass.
Okay. Interesting. Because I don't know, in my mind, I don't really see too big of a difference. So I would think like,
It is a very unique design.
yeah, in my mind, it's like, oh, you get this because you want the uninterrupted glass. But I guess that was just kind of my limited thinking.
Yeah, because now when I'm looking over at my O11 right now, like I don't even know what you call it, the right corner of it, it does have like a black bezel that does cut in between the two glass pieces, but it's not really noticeable unless you're looking for it.
But the O11 Evo XL, I don't know if it's out yet. I'm still not out.
It's got an option for.
You can remove the corner support, so it's just uninterrupted glass. But it does still, come to like a corner.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen the Evo yet.
Yeah, they announced it at the last like Lean or whatever.
Sweet.
You go hug your O11. G-Stick Dan, hello, hello.
Howdy.
What up, Dan?
Oh yes. Hell.
Also, it looks like Nucci is trying to get fish to survive off thermal paste.
Oh.
What?
What, when, or why?
Nucci, are you committing war crimes? What's happening?
Not again.
She.
Not the war crimes again.
Take your pick. It's chemical.
Dude,
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is Baby Tarzan doing upstairs that they could be making that noise?
What?
Baby Tarzan is like
Dude,
having.
It sounded like they were punching the shit out of the floor. Just like.
Absolutely ridiculous.
You need to see if Korea extradites first and then you'll answer. Goodness.
Yeah, look, you have your pick. It's either chemical warfare or shotguns in the trenches. There is no in between.
You guys sell a PC with the height Y60? We do any
If
sort
you
of
want.
request. So if there's any case that you want, like, we're not gonna get, it'd be unreasonable and irresponsible to guarantee that we can do anything. We can't. But you can request anything and we'll talk about it. But like a case, unless it's like a zero airflow case, it's gonna like make a little hot box. It's gonna like heavily impact performance.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can work with the case. H510, that's not great, but like we can probably still do that depending on the circumstances.
We would almost rather like, or almost suggest you like go like spend more money and get the and let us build in the H5 flow.
Yeah.
For the new one especially because you get the toilet,
The toilet fan?
the little toilet fan.
Toilet fan?
Toilet fan. Go look up the H5 flow.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm looking it up
it's,
right now.
Not the H510 flow. It's the new H5 flow. Cheese Stick Dan. It is different.
Yeah, there's a little.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Toilet.
Up front, there's like a little.
That looks cool.
There's an angled fan, but they have like a shroud on it to direct airflow, and it looks
Yes,
like a toilet.
the white one would definitely be the way to go. And it's I think Gamer Nexus's consensus was
favorable.
that the toilet helped with GPU temps,
Slightly.
as long as you put fans
think-
elsewhere.
I think it was. Oh yeah.
As long as
That
it
was-
the stock configuration, everything else except the GPU, I think suffered a little bit with just the toilet fan and the rear fan. But if you have toilet fan, two front fans, a back fan, and maybe a top fan, if you had a front radiator, the toilet fan helps eliminate hot intake temp.
Yeah. for
Helps
the GPU.
reduce hot intake temps, not eliminate, but helps reduce.
You're gonna request a Lean Lee desk
Hey,
space?
we'll build.
Well,
I'll build that. I'll build that, and then I'll.
No, we have to
fuck.
ship it.
Wait, we can't ship it to fucking.
Paint it all white.
no, we can't
so
ship it
cool.
anywhere. Like, I mean, we could, but like,
Okay, but if it were close enough, we could deliver it.
yeah.
And truck stuff.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't there like conclusion on like the whole the case as a whole is like it was an improvement airflow wise, but like
It's
it
good.
didn't really make a lot of sense for the price point.
Value-wise, because you have to get other fans to make it like really worthwhile. It didn't make a whole lot of sense, but I think there are probably certainly worse options.
Yeah, the actual, because I'm pretty sure Cheesestick Dan is asking because they want to know how long until their order is built. But this is 1099, right?
1099, yep.
Yeah. And then we're building 3 on Wednesday, and then I think another 3 on Friday.
I believe so.
Is the plan.
So we'll need to start. It'd be nice to start a little earlier.
Yeah.
And then what was the consensus? It was 4 140s, 2 on the bottom, 2 on the side, and then is there another one in the back? Or is it just stock fan in the back?
I think you can only do a 120.
You can only do a 120 in the
But
back,
I think
correct?
the back fan is our.
Okay, all right, then I'll go grab a.
You could always build it in person for Nucci. Hey, if Nucci wants to fly us out there to build, we're down. Ooh, you telling me a trip to Korea and get to hang out with Nucci? When you get an 11D Evo when they're in stock, where should you place radiator, top, side, or bottom? Highly suggest top mounting radiator.
Yes. And then honestly, with the top mounted radiator, definitely do side and bottom fans.
At least.
I mean, at least side.
Bottom.
Oh, bottom. Bottom first, maybe. Yeah, thermodynamically, it makes.
Yeah.
Well.
Well,
Yeah, because that would give fresh air directly to the GPU.
Yeah.
And then everything else goes through the.
That's a good point.
What you could do, so if you don't want to spend, so what you could do is do top mount AIO. If you want fancy RGB fans, do them on the side, and then get like a 3-pack of Arctic, whatever they are, P12s or whatever.
Yeah.
Just cheap.
Wait,
something or
Nucci, you got the 280, right? You got a 280 millimeter cooler? Yeah?
The Gal had, I believe.
You might have some issues hot mounting, right?
Not on the Evo.
No. Nucci has the Mini. Call it Mini.
Side mount the 280 on the Mini.
Because you have an ATX.
God damn it.
Goodness. You have an ATX Mobo, right? Because if you had an MATX motherboard, actually, I don't know if the Air Mini has the like transforming back.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
For like to do like a MATX.
Yeah, you have the Z690. Air Mini, you could potentially front mount it, maybe. Oh, give him a second.
I'm going.
So demanding, Dan.
Yeah, you might want to
It's all
like,
good.
might want to like think that over a bit, Nucci. Won't complicate it and just go with the original plan. That works. Why is,
Oh, it's interesting that the fans go in like that from the bottom.
It is weird because you get like they get their own little sort of like they're almost like radiator fans or radiator screws sort of to themselves, and it's kind of a pain because it's hard to get them to.
I feel like that's a lot of like metal or My emote is the best. Is that? Oh yeah, that's the magnifying glass one. That is definitely one thing about this case. Like, the bottom fans are almost for show, just because of how like hooked off they are.
A little bit.
I mean, it's not to that bad. I guess I should probably rephrase that. It's just
they don't do nothing. Sure.
yeah, they definitely don't do nothing. It's they're just not as effective as they could be. Will's gonna be done doing push-ups, but there's Edgar. There he is. There's our boy.
There's the boy. He's
Been
just chilling in the
chilling
corner. He
in
looks so sad.
Yeah, Edgar's just
He's hanging.
there. No one puts Edgar in a corner. Nucci,
I put Edgar in a corner.
he's just in the way otherwise.
He's a very, like, intrusive little man.
He's been in timeout for a couple days. Honestly, Edgar's been in timeout for like weeks. Missed you, admit it? Oh no, I'll admit it. You're the needed element of chaos in the stream. Nucci.
Correct.
Is what you do, you cause chaos, then leave. I don't like the then leave part. I like for you to just cause chaos and give us stuff to talk about.
There you go.
But you do your mock teaching today, and then you start new job on Thursday?
Oh.
Ooh. Not chaotic enough? You see how it is? Trashy, you're the more level-headed one.
That it? Is that true?
I think so. Trashy helps keep us grounded.
She's gonna fucking start using gamer words or something.
I haven't
Actually
played the
would
new God
never.
of War, but I'm excited for the first game I'm going to be playing on this new PC is the Callisto Protocol. It's coming out.
Whoa, say that again?
It's the Callisto Protocol.
Oh,
It's
Callisto.
basically
Callisto
the-
Protocol. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the new Dead Space, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that comes out in December 2nd, I think.
Ooh, close. Friday?
Mhm.
Friday.
Do you move
Yep.
your kitten off the chest so you can charge your phone?
No.
Or do you let your phone die and go to sleep?
No. Leave the cat where it is. No move pet. Eat, what do you mean eat the cat?
Trashy doesn't
Cat'll-
even work here.
cat'll
and
eat
helped
you.
out the other day.
You die and then the cat gets to eat you like 2 hours later. Cats don't wait very long.
Waiting.
A protein. 30 bulk. 30 bulk.
Got two and they're both asleep on you. That sounds nice.
Eating a cat would be the dirtiest bulk of all.
I don't like that. You remember that conversation we had, like in chat, Nick, about like Pokemon and like kind of like the franchise as a whole and stuff?
Yeah.
It's funny because I've ended up having that conversation like 2 more times with some of my friends, and like, did not think I was gonna have like the same conversation. Like,
It's a hot topic. I think it's not even just about Pokemon, really. I think it's just about the video game
industry
Like-
as a whole.
world. Yeah, the industry as a whole, because
It's a little bit of both,
I-
in my opinion.
yeah, 100%. And like a lot of it comes down to, I had this thought like 5-6 years ago when so many games were coming out as early access. And I was
Oh,
thinking like, you know, in 5 years, every game is going to be early access. They're never going to have a full release game ever again because it's so easy for them to release a game at full price. You get
Uh-huh.
it early, but it's, you know, it's a glitchy, like trashy
Yeah.
mess, and then they can just update it over time, which is cool. But at the same time, it's like I'd rather just wait and be patient and get a full experience that's like
100%.
optimized.
That's sort of how I feel about DLC too. Like I feel like in some instances DLC
It's just a lot. Some studios' way of just finishing a game
yeah.
later for more money.
Now, like
Yeah.
GTA does it right. I don't like transactions, and I don't like the concept of shark cards. But GTA has had free DLC for what? It's almost been 10 years since
That's the
GTA
thing,
came
though, is
out.
like microtransactions can be.
Beneficial because,
Well,
especially
like-
for like Call of Duty,
Yeah.
where it's only for skins. It is not It's not pay to win. Granted, the paying for currency, like in GTA, a little bit pay to win because you can get the newest cars and you can get money, which means you can get the newer guns and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's hard because
You do.
it's hard because there are some people where they're like literally like super susceptible to addiction,
Yes. Yep.
and so like
Oh yeah.
they cannot like
Video games prey on that.
yeah
very hard.
like how like you know
I keep wanting to
Like
take
loot
a drink of
boxes
that.
and
I know.
It's a candle, and it looks like a
It looks like a drink,
like a
like a
little slushy. Yeah. Yes.
Delicious.
But yeah, like there are some people where, you know, if you have the option to just buy something and bypass like a time requirement, like
Oh,
their
especially
brain's
people with
just
ADHD.
like, do it.
I mean,
do
I
it.
bought
Yeah.
I bought a handful of shark cards when I was in high school and like real early college when I just didn't have the time to grind
Yeah.
on games anymore.
So like it's
And
hard.
it was a
to,
huge waste of money.
it's hard to say that like microtransactions can be a good thing when like that is a thing that happens, but like we have to have microtransactions. Using them as a way to make revenue in order to like give out free DLC is the best like outcome.
Generally, yeah. There are some instances like I still don't like it, and I don't think it's like the best. But like Horizon Zero Dawn, well, because because I can't remember if they had the entire. I don't know if anyone played it when it first came out. And then next day, Jesus teleported in the cage, plan,
What?
plot, and drop billions. I mean, yes, that sounds about right. Probably got into a modded lobby. Some
Yeah.
little kid with a god complex and a what do you call it? A trainer. Was like, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, we kind of glossed over this. I think it's hilarious. Captain Ryan said I have to cover my cables before you go to sleep, or the cats will chew them. And Automod singled out chew them as a sex-based term.
Chew them?
Chew them.
Like eating out?
I guess
I
that's
don't think
the
I've
idea.
ever heard of someone describe being eaten out as being
Chewed
them.
on.
chew them. Like,
That just sounds painful.
couldn't tell you.
Automod out here doing the good work.
I don't mod out here fucking kink shaming.
For real though.
But yeah, I know like you know, when we play like PC Building Sim, for example, you know, it's like, oh, the prices don't match reality because it's, you know, in service of like the game. But like, man, does it feel bad to buy like an $800 bobblehead in GTA?
It's fucked up. And then no, because car modifications, you might buy a car for like $2 million, but then you need to have $500,000 set aside for modifications.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
atrocious. All the basic, even if you didn't do any cosmetic stuff, you only did engine, brakes, transmission, turbo, maybe suspension, depending on the car. I mean, that alone is like 200 grand right there.
Yeah.
What's your most sold PC?
Right now, I mean, for a while it was the Griffin. It could be coming close to being the Siren now. I feel like I see a lot
I
of
don't
that.
know, like
I feel like I see a lot of Sirens getting
My guess would
Thought
be
now.
actually. Oh,
Is it still Griffin?
I don't know. I'm trying to check real quick.
I was actually gonna say the wyvern, but that's just the streams I've watched.
We do build we build more wyverns than I think we ever thought we would.
Yeah.
Like we didn't start out with having like a fucking massive option, but which honestly we probably should have. Surprisingly, no. We thought we were gonna sell harpies like
we thought that we
hotcakes,
were
like
gonna,
that we were gonna be like fighting people off.
because the performance is like amazing for the price you have to pay.
But I think what's probably going on because we put that together to be.
I think the people that need the harpy don't know they need the harpy and don't know about system integrators in general.
Probably, but then my thing is like,
Share it.
So
And
we-
share it. Hello.
hello, we
B660M. We're working on
ACD4.
Yeah, is it Asus or is it?
It's Asus, yeah. And we are working on adding
An option.
an option for an ATX option.
Yeah.
Because both we and maybe a couple of other people are not so happy about.
Let's just say it. Why can't we just say it?
Braithorn doesn't like the
Braithorn
MATX
hates it.
board in the MATX board in the ATX case.
Braithorn hates
He
the
has
ATX and the
and
ATX.
okay.
It's fair. Like,
It's fair because it doesn't look super filled out.
it's just like an aesthetic thing, though.
Good man, Captain Ryan. Don't move the cats.
You're doing good work, Captain Ryan. Keep it up.
Also,
salute
Charette,
you.
welcome in, dude.
Hello.
He's a friend of mine from my stream.
Heck yeah. Welcome in. But yeah, in the last 14 days, the Siren was the most viewed option. Not the.
That's cool. You can see how many times people have viewed him.
Let me look.
And I think adding that system to your Twitter page was really cool. Like the ability to like click on it and buy it right from there.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, Twitter's not our biggest like.
Is it still YouTube?
Traffic.
It's still YouTube.
Oh yeah, YouTube is huge for getting any type of exposure out there, whether it's other channels, businesses.
We're trying to
Which
do
channels?
more videos. We've definitely got a couple of ideas.
There's one that we filmed up forever ago and haven't put it up.
It is hard though, and it really like filming stuff. Like I did the POV. I did a POV of me installing that first 4090 that we got, and I had to edit it down because I had spent so much time like turning around and talking to Ryan and like interrupting the unpackaging process, which of course just like goes to like highlight my ADHD. But I had to cut it down to not very. We do need to make more TikToks, and we gotta make like more like weird stuff. Like we gotta
More skits. Well, we
more
had a
skits.
really
Not more skits. We need to jump on TikTok trends. Like we
Yeah,
need to be
like the
doing
shorts.
the
I think we
trendy
could do
stuff.
both, though.
Like skits are good, but we need short form content.
Honestly, just start posting your clips.
Yeah.
We need
That's what I
more
would do.
like clip culture though, because I feel like we have some clippable moments and then people don't actually clip them.
It is hard because like we don't know when to clip
Yeah,
something.
Yeah.
We gotta let people.
Do you have a stream deck or whatever?
we do. That is a good point that you're about to.
What
bring
I
up.
what I do is I have it set to there's a button you can put on it to highlight, and what that does is that when you look at your Twitch VOD later, you'll see a little like highlight section where you hit the button and you can go back and easily clip it. That's what I do.
Oh, Pat. Pat, are you on? Are you gonna come over here? Or are you gonna
Yo, Pat.
sit this one out?
Either way is fine.
Yeah, either way is fine.
Don't feel pressured to come over.
No, it's not fine. He needs to be there.
Oh, okay. No,
Well,
Nick's
never
right.
mind. It's a request from the customer.
The
now
fuck
you have
over
to come
here.
Yes.
Fuck are you doing?
Okay, here we go.
TikTok dual stream. I've heard of people doing that. The problem though is I could be wrong on this. I think even in the affiliate contract with Twitch, are you allowed to dual stream?
No.
I don't think so, which is so stupid.
It is very stupid.
I don't understand. Which is kind of mean. I didn't say that though. But you're not listening.
Oh, this doesn't look quite right.
So the absolute no like wasted money or wattage for something like this would probably be an 850. Although realistically, with the 13900K and a 3080 Ti,
That's like very
the
close.
1000 watt is probably the safest option.
Which like
You could do an 850.
well,
Like
it'd be cutting it really
could,
close.
but because
like under load, it would be cutting it close.
because the 13900K under full load uses, I think it's about 50 more watts than the 12900K, maybe more.
But
So
I mean, you also have to keep in mind though that like
I think I figured it. Well, you just drive up really fast behind them and brake hard, and you get over a little bit so that you're in their mirror, and sometimes they get out of the way. It's not all the time, but fucking hate left lane drivers. Insane.
1000 watt PSU. I would say it's future proofing because I think you can get away with like an 850 with this build.
An
right?
850 is the technical requirement for a 3080 Ti, and again, you could make a 850 work with this, but it would be.
I would highly suggest 1000 watt though, because like i9.
That would be cool. That just said.
That sounds like basically like I have something to say about that, but like I don't know. I would suggest 1000 watt though, because under like full load it gets really close to the like 850 watt, and power supplies, their peak efficiency, power efficiency is like I don't know the
It gets
actual
worse.
percentage.
It gets worse the
like,
closer you get to
It's
your
like
limit.
75 or 80% or something like that is like the peak efficiency.
Like of saturation, yeah.
Or yeah, like 80 like of usage. So like if it's 1000 watt and you're using like 800 watts of power, that's like roughly like the peak efficiency.
And like realistically in this case, the difference between an 850 and a 1000 watt power supply is not, well, I don't know. Power supply prices have been going like up and down like crazy. Yeah, okay, actually, Sev makes a good point. The 3090 technically only requires a 750.
Yeah.
Pair that with a 13900K, I don't think you're getting away, because like an
If you have, like, a
EVGA,
platinum
like an
rated-
EVGA for the Win 3, an EVGA for the Win 3 3090 pulls about
Because you're
400 watts on like peaking load.
Yeah.
And then add that with a 300 watt processor. That's not a
you're
lot
gonna
of.
hit 700.
That's not a lot of overhead for everything else. Not that most everything else takes much more, but you're getting kind of close.
Under load, you're gonna hit 750 watts.
It's possible.
Yeah. Because that's what I have right now on my current build is 750 watt, but I have an i7 10th gen with a 2070 Super.
Yeah.
So that's like more than fine.
Like, because I know that a 12900 and a 3080 Ti, you can use an 850 watt. Like I know that for a fact, because that's what my computer is. But I don't know. I don't trust the 1390. I know it's not that dramatic of a difference between the power of a 12.9 and a 13.9, but I would like the peace of mind of the 1000 watt.
So that's a good point. What Seb just said. I think the transient power spikes with the 30 series have been, I think, mostly ironed out with the 40 series. So that does not surprise me.
But like, what about
What?
Oh,
What I
good.
The mic is like touching your chin.
Oh, I got stuck for a second. That hurt.
Stop it. But yeah, like
Oh my
with
God.
with the platinum rated power supply, you can like it's a little more acceptable to go over its like rating. And also, if you're doing small form factor, there's a good chance you're gonna want to undervolt anyways. So if you're undervolting the CPU and the GPU, and it's a platinum rated power supply, it's like, that makes sense. Could feel his beard through the audio. Stop it.
Oh God. I think the noise gates is so strong. We don't hear it when you do that.
Oh, really? Okay, good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Sure, good. Yeah.
At least I didn't hear it on Discord. Maybe stream caught it out. I'm not sure.
But yeah, so back to what Pat said. There was one time where, like, because driving for 3 hours extremely often, you get a lot of time to think. You get a lot of time to think about driving.
Okay.
What if, like, okay, this is not realistic at all, right? So don't be like, oh, that's dumb. But like, in my imagination, I came up with, what if like there was two roads, one road on top of
Like built above it.
Yeah.
I've thought about this before, like having a super high, like
And
a super highway for better drivers.
everyone starts out on the top road, and then it's a 3-strike system. And if you get 3 strikes, you get sent down to the lower road. In the lower road, there are no road laws. And it's just death race.
I've not thought about that before. Jesus.
The lower road is just death race. Like literally, your car can be like outfitted with like machine guns and stuff.
Goodness.
And
Twisted metal, baby.
It is just death race.
Get behind that.
So if you're not on your best behavior and you get 3 strikes, you get sent down to death race.
I was gonna say just make people take like an extreme driving test. Like you need to take a driving test for like road etiquette on the highway.
I-95 is always nice.
And if you don't pass, you stay on the regular road and you're subject to more policing. Maybe not more policing, just out of the way so that the fast drivers, the people that know what they're doing and actually want to go a constant 85 miles an hour, not 60, and then, oh, hey, I'm going kind of slow. Let me speed all the way up and then pass a bunch of people and then get in front of them and then slow down and making me want to put my front bumper through the back of your head.
The guy was actually overclocking the 12900K. Yeah, typically you'd just undervolt and power limit. Dang, wait, what? What was the... You didn't, like, I don't think you did. You didn't mention the case, right? 3090 Ti and 12900 on the Corsair. Their overall system power consumption had gone down. Oh, dang, okay.
Out of curiosity, how many M.2 slots are on that motherboard?
It's at least 3. There may actually be 4.
Oh,
There's 4.
sweet. Okay.
Oh, there are 4. They're labeled on the motherboard. I forgot about that. So yeah, I put 1 in your top slot and then in your middle slot, and so there's 2, and those should both be. Oh wait. Would you be rather put
Because I have only one M.2 on my current build that I'm going to transfer to it.
Okay,
Oh, that's
then
right.
I'll put the one that's in the top slot in one of the bottom slots, and that'll leave the top slot open, and that way you don't have to take the riser out or anything like that.
That's right. I failed my job. I was supposed to.
That'd be awesome.
I was supposed to be on you, and I was supposed to be making sure that you set up everything so that Nick could easily transfer all of his drives.
It's all good.
So yeah, wait.
Thank you for the shout out.
Remind me what drives you're transferring over? Because I know I need to be on you about data cables.
The handler?
Yes.
It comes with two.
Like I know that you normally do, but I just want to be like extra careful that
He's my caregiver. Caretaker. That's the word. Like how William Osmond's wife is his caretaker. Ryan is my caretaker. He feeds me off stream because I can't feed myself.
I have to read for him.
Yeah. I can't read.
Okay. Who feeds Edgar? Edgar's a skeleton.
Goes right through him.
He's still got to eat.
No, Edgar's
He's a
an
growing
immortal
boy.
undead.
He's a little potty monster.
Okay. Okay. You currently have one M.2 and an HDD and an SSD. And then, so yeah, there's gonna be, we're adding this in.
That could be.
Because unless we did it wrong, we worked it out, or like we checked beforehand, and it would be possible. Because I know that there's only 2 drives. Yeah. Does it have like a bar like the L11 does? Where
Because right now I'm trying to think. I have the M.2 drive. I have a SSD, and then I have a hard drive.
Could do the price difference.
But I think
Just do 3 NVMEs, and that leaves a spot for a 4th. Although, can this take 4 NVMEs? Like, can it?
I mean, it's a 13900.
Should have the lanes for it, yeah.
And it's a Z690. Very.
Try it.
Oh man. Hey Spider, sorry we didn't see you come in.
Hello.
You're recovering from COVID?
Oh my lord.
That's not good.
Hope you feel better soon.
There's no mounts anywhere else. It's only the 2.
There sure aren't.
What? You little guy?
Take the side of the box, it should tell you.
That's fair. I was gonna look at the
Manual.
You're talking about slots for like regular SSDs?
Is there
Yeah.
really no? I thought there were. Wait.
There's a manual in there.
No, I mean like there's no like support bar that like holds the stuff in. Okay.
Just use some duct tape.
Yeah, that's easy. MSI Ventus cards are good. I'm a big fan of duct tape. Oof. To be fair, SATAs can be at an angle. Not that I'm suggesting we do that.
Okay. You height. Get out the map here. Figure out where we're going.
Your mouth. The fuck do you think you're talking to? Rash.
Damn.
Dad, are we lost? Listen, we're not lost. Okay, we're not
you ask
asking for
again,
directions. I have the map
detour.
here. I know where we are. It's fine.
If you ask again,
Okay.
I'm leaving you at the next gas station. Return the car. Turn around.
I'm only one lotto win away from an all M.2 drive PC.
Oh, what the? Look at this.
Yeah, what about it?
That's 2 SSDs.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Is it in
All
a
right.
weird spot?
So-
you can put 2 SATA SSDs in one drive bay slot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
They have a thing where you put one of them in the normal way that you would think to put it in, and then the second one you use the side screws to screw it in at a like elevated part of the tray. So it'll be fine.
They'll fit.
So we need 3 SATA cables.
I'm sure we have a spare. I've probably got a
Okay.
spare in my boom box over there.
See, I told you, we're not lost. You know, exactly.
Worst case scenario, we could have just done another M.2 drive. This is more creative. Like that. Wells building a PC knowing damn well Nick will eat it in front of him. God, I
Wait, he
can't
what?
wait. I can't
The
fucking
PC.
wait. The PC.
I'm not even there in person to do that. But that would be pretty impressive.
I think you would die.
Would you be impressed or horrified?
It'd be a little crunchy.
I'd be horrified because I feel like you would die.
If I didn't die.
Die and our people
still
were
be
Dying
horrified.
wasn't an
I'd be-
option.
I'd be horrified either way, whether you live or die. So
That's fair.
Hope.
Well, I was saying this earlier, like, or not earlier, but like a week or 2 ago during one of your streams where like there needs to be a day where we can have a PC that's fully wireless on the inside.
Ah, that would be cool.
he's so bad.
Or at
Be
least just
bad?
one large cable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that would be bad, right? Because like wireless isn't necessarily like, I know that there are some instances where wireless would be better than cables now
Uh-huh.
because the wireless technology has progressed. But you know, cables are like a much reliable
Less
doing it.
chance of interference, although I have seen that there are some mice that are faster than
Think
wireless
it-
mice
yeah,
because of like the 2.4 slipstream. Slipstream is what Corsair calls it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Evil Zero, hello, welcome in.
Howdy.
Does Raspberry Pi count?
As PC. I mean, but then like, although I guess laptops technically have cables inside of them.
Yeah. That's another thing that confuses you, the difference in the same video from different makers. Difference in
What?
the same video.
What?
you perhaps mean video cards like GPU?
Probably.
Difference is same video, like GPU from different makers.
That would be my guess.
Yeah, that would make sense. Cause like you can get a 3080 that's made by 7 different people.
Yeah.
I guess I just read reviews at that point, or whatever people suggest would be the best to go with.
Because like,
But
in a lot of instances, unless you're spending the extra money to buy like the OC variants, a lot of them are going to perform within a couple percent of each other.
right, and some have RGB, some don't. Some
GPUs.
have water
Okay, so that
cooling
is what
built
you
in.
mean. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, like, you know, just because you said that it's something that confuses you, I'm gonna start from like the very kind of basic level. So yeah, you have, you know, NVIDIA and AMD and now Intel who like make their GPUs. Then they have board partners that will take those GPUs and sometimes make circuit boards that the GPUs go into, and sometimes just make, you know, like cooling and a shroud, like an aesthetic shroud, for the GPU and cooling, and then sell that as their own product. And really the biggest difference is those ones that go the extra mile and make their own, you know, circuit board, and like they could potentially have more VRAM, better VRMs, that kind of stuff. But the biggest difference is like the cooling. So, and then they can also like modify the VBIOS, so they can modify the software for the GPU, that can potentially cause a difference in performance. But I would say that like kind of the thing that you need to know is just that yes, multiple companies make graphics cards, but it all just kind of boils down to they get to kind of customize the aesthetics and a little bit of the performance. It's all the same GPU.
Yep.
But there are some slight differences that make some worthwhile.
Who's your first buyer? Wells' mom. Okay. Actually, our first customer
I don't know
was.
if we talked about that?
Yeah, they released a video on it.
But I don't think they knew.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know.
They already released.
I would
their-
think they know if they bought a computer from you.
Yeah.
Well,
we don't know if
they don't know that they're the first buyer.
we don't know if they know that they're the first buyer. Anyway, it was Zach's Tech Turf. Was it Zach's Tech Turf?
Yeah.
It was Zach's Tech Turf.
Which was horrifying because
Terrifying
we
because
announced our start. Gamers Nexus was like, I'm not going to review them because a review could make or break the company.
yeah.
And then our
Right.
first purchase was a reviewer.
Wait, what's his name again?
Zach's Tech Turf.
Yeah. And also, since it was like our first one, we made like
There
some
were a
small mistakes
Couple
that
like
we had corrected by the time the video came out.
I don't think he liked that we just scribbled out one of the labels on the boxes or something like that.
Oh yeah, I mean that's
Which we've been trying to just peel them off, but fuck, it's hard.
like I feel like that's kind of a
More of a pet peeve than a
Yeah.
functional issue. He bought a Harpy. He did buy a Harpy, which looking back on it now, I'm glad he bought the Harpy. Because that was sort of supposed to be like the people's computer.
Yeah.
Right.
Volkswagen.
I'm gonna add
it
that to
wasn't
my
a
watch
scam by
list now.
Hitler. What?
I'm adding that video to my watch list. I've never seen his channel before.
yeah.
I remember it being pretty positive. I don't think we were upset.
Well, yeah, there was just like there was a few things where
But I think
they
we
had
had
already been addressed.
They had already been addressed. So, and he
Yeah.
even came in and was like, you know, and he was talking to people and he was like, yeah, I made a couple points that I think they might that they probably won't be able to argue. And I think we sort of chimed in and we were like yes, no, we sort of, not that we knew there were issues at the when we did them, but they had since been addressed at least. And then there was the Nerd on the Budget video, which we liked. He had good things to say about the PCs themselves. You know, he did have that issue with the GPU, which must have been damaged in shipping, because I mean, you know, when a GPU is going at full tilt. And we were
a bit sad because
he really only compared us to like Newegg and Amazon, which we felt was not fair at all, because we're a system integrator with overheads to cover people's, you know, living expenses. We're not doing this for free. Like, we are obviously not going to be the most price conscious option compared to building a PC yourself. I mean, doing just about anything yourself is you know, usually more price sensitive than not.
Are the PCIe cables from Asia Horse? Yes, they are. Yeah. But I was gonna say, like, one thing that kind of like made us sad a little bit is that, like, a replacement GPU was like on the way there whenever the video was being made. It would have been nice to include that in the video,
because we were quick on the draw. With our response.
And Dark Rhino, that's my boy Benny. He's the one that actually, that's the reason I picked this case out, because he has the same case.
Oh, nice.
Do you ship the completed builds using foam inside the case? So
We sure do.
We open up the computer, check everything, make sure everything's how it should be. And then do the Instapacks, the expanding foam to secure the GPU. In this case, this PC case, we take the GPU out to make sure it doesn't get damaged, because
it's vertical mount only.
But yeah, we do that, and then we put the PC back in the PC case box. And then we put the PC case box in a shipping box. And we put the parts boxes and a bunch of like foam packaging and like any sort of like packaging to fill out the box and, you know, make it as like resistant to shock as possible. And usually we don't really, you know, have issues with like shipping damage and that type of stuff. Yeah, sending the part box is something that we believe in. Binary Theory, thank you so much for the sub. 3 months. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so now I can use that i9 case to put some cookies in it for Christmas.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, like if someone ever wanted to, you know, like sell their GPU and then upgrade to a better one, they can do that, because you could do it anyways, right? But having the parts box is huge. It greatly affects the price.
It could add value.
Yeah. You have a graveyard of cases currently? That doesn't sound good.
How many cases do you have in that graveyard, Benny? Oh, okay, only 2. I don't know why I was expecting you to say like 8. Yeah, upgrading cases are difficult because it's like you literally have to take everything out as if you're building a new PC in the
It's
anyway.
like practically doing a whole new build.
Right. So it's like whenever I've upgraded cases, I've pretty much just done everything at once. What would you say is a good temperature for both CPU and GPU at idle and at full load?
So at idle, it really depends on the CPU. This newest, my experience with 12th gen, and I think even with 13th gen from some of the reports, is that anywhere between like 25 and 35 degrees Celsius is good for idle. It could be higher. I doubt it would be lower. Under load, depends on your cooling, depends on the case, depends on the ambient air. But anywhere between, there's gonna be a big range, but anywhere between 60 and 85. You know, if you're doing a hardcore CPU load, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see, especially with like a 12900K. Would not be surprised to see like, you know, all the way up to 80, 85. But you know, probably not gonna get that hot.
I'd be scared if it was like, cause when you said like lower than 25, I was just like, because average room temperature is 23 degrees Celsius.
Mm-hmm.
So like if it was colder, that'd be scary.
That'd be a little scary.
So 200 degrees Celsius is a little hot?
Maybe just a little.
Okay. Maybe you need more thermal paste.
Yeah, just, I mean, like a big glob right on top of the CPU cooler.
Did you guys see the Linus video of the phase change thermal pad?
Yeah, I
Oh,
did.
like
It was
the
very
thermoelectric cooler?
interesting.
Or is it something else?
It's a thermal pad, but it's a phase change material. So it's solid until
When it's
like
cool.
until like 45 degrees Celsius, and then it liquefies. Yeah, so you kind of get the benefits of like liquid metal, except for it's non-conductive.
Do you need to have it in like its own little like case type thing? Like if it turns to
No.
liquid.
No, I think he just said it goes on just like thermal paste, but you just lay it on the.
No, it goes on
wait.
like a thermal pad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like putting on a thermal pad, but once it gets up to temperature, it liquefies.
Or it like liquefies or like a paste?
Like liquefies.
Yeah, in the video he said liquefies, but maybe he meant paste.
No, because it's
Well, then how
more
does it stand at the CPU block?
as liquid metal.
Good point.
Sheer luck.
Well,
like,
liquid metal is good for like bench builds.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd necessarily.
yeah, but this is the same
want
idea.
to do-
It's liquid.
Okay, so you just wouldn't do it on a vertical case?
No, you
I
can-
just, my concern is that like
no, you
because
can
of the
put
mounting
liquid
pressure.
metal on like.
I don't think you're really supposed to.
I think you're just not supposed to apply too much because
Maybe.
if it seeps out, then it's
Then it fucks.
Mhm.
I just don't know.
Your parts get destroyed.
But no, it doesn't just all leak out. Like it's
Okay.
but yeah, so like since it liquefies, it like
Future.
it fills in all the gaps. like,
Sure.
even better than
Mhm.
a paste would. Liquid metal is great, but you can't use it with certain coolers. It destroys a little. Yeah.
Because what is it? It's gallium, isn't it?
So
reacts super strange.
You have that case, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why 60, baby? I do like that the AO is like on the bottom, or IO, whatever you say.
Yeah,
but it's
IO.
like it's not on the top like a lot of them
Oh,
are.
IO. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know why I don't like that.
You don't like that? I think
No.
it's more accessible because at least
That's
from
kind of what I think.
how my
yeah.
PC is right now.
Because
Yeah.
you also don't like the IO on the
Evo.
Evo, even though it's movable.
Yeah, but I can't move it like.
That you're not wrong. This is very true.
Completed your very first computer build on Saturday?
Oh?
Ooh,
Heck yeah.
Very
nice.
cool.
I guess because I've always had stuff around my computer, so it's nice having it up high so that it goes over anything I might have in front of.
Interesting. Okay.
That's fair.
So that might be why. No,
How
yeah,
big is
I guess
the gap between the feet and like the bottom of the case?
Well, wait, what was the question?
So like how trying to think how to word this. Like how big is the gap between the floor of the table it's sitting on and the bottom of the case?
Yeah, I'm
like an inch?
horrible at judging distances, but it's good. It's
Like
good.
you could fit a cable under there?
Yes.
for sure.
So
Like
like what I
you're-
could do is like plug something in the front there and then loop it underneath to the back. You wouldn't even see it.
Yes.
Yeah. Although that might mess up your fans a little bit, unless you
No, there's enough.
You're
there's
careful
enough
about
space.
it. And you
Yeah.
route it.
It'll be fine.
That's the main thing I would be concerned about, is if it's high enough off the ground or whatever to like get some good intake. It looks like that won't be a problem.
Yeah. And was there 2 fans underneath it or one in the back?
So it's 2 fans in the bottom, 2 fans in the side, and 1 fan in the back, and then of course
wow.
the radiator.
Sweet.
3 fans up top. The only part
Yeah,
you
but-
despise about building a computer is cable management. Who said the
Same.
cables need managed?
That's my favorite part.
Listen, that's why you buy from us. We manage the cables for you.
That's 100% the reason why.
Don't
I was like, I'm
talk
glad someone's
about
building me a PC
my
instead of me now.
Cables. It was gonna be tight.
Yeah, I'm like Benny, just stuff it in and close it. That's how my current build is. Like
Oh. Oh. Not gonna do LED fans next time, so you can manage much easier.
Oh, no RGB.
But you're gonna lose
Sacrilege.
frames in game.
yeah.
How did you do that?
I think that's another reason why a lot of people are going to the white builds because the RGB shows a lot better. At least from what I've seen.
It's different effects though, right? So like,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to focus more on the RGB, better to go for black. But if you want just kind of like more color and like it to reflect a bunch.
Wait, why black? Because I mean, you want RGB, like you want the RGB to like puke on everything.
Yeah.
Then you go
shine
white. But
through.
if you want the
I guess if you just want the diffusion or the like,
if you want diffusion, you go white. If you don't want diffusion and you want it to be kind of like
no, I mean like if you just want to see the rings, you just want to see like the individual RGB pieces. Is that what you're talking about?
I'm doing a horrible job because I can't
Yes, you
think of the
are.
right words. But like Tung does a better job about talking about this. He said this in the past. Not gonna do LED fans, and then if you do, you're gonna go with the unifans.
At some point, I would like to do
I'd like
a
to try
blackout
it.
build.
I'd like to try out the unifan.
I'd like to build with them. I don't think I'd want it to be like my personal.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Craig on with. I think black builds are more stealthy, and they definitely can hide a lot better.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that with my 5000D airflow, because it's got a tinted panel. When it's off, I mean, it's just a big black box.
Mm-hmm.
You have this case in black, and the RGB is static red. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
Mine's a slut
I
for
think-
red.
I think what I'll do with this one is I'll just have it constantly on like a light blue. I think with the white look good.
Another noob question: air coolers, do liquid coolers do a better job than air coolers? It depends. So
Yes and no.
there's pros and cons of going with both. Shoot Nick a pick for us. Oh,
He's
if
gonna
you
shoot me.
well, if you want, no pressure, but please do join the Discord. Hang out with us in there. You can. There's a builds channel. You could post the pics in there. What was I saying?
You were answering Hatchet's question
Oh, air
about the
cooling.
Oh, air
liquid
cooling,
coolers
yeah.
and Air
Air
cooling.
cooling versus liquid cooling. Yeah, they both have their own pros and cons. Air cooling, it's a little bit like simpler.
Fewer parts, fewer cables.
Fewer parts, yeah. And so
Usually
like
fewer cables.
if something does break, it's going to be the fan, because like what is going to happen to the radiator is just like
I mean,
nothing's going to happen. Nothing can really
you could
break.
break a heat tube if you drop the
Like
cooler or the case. But
yeah, but I
other
mean,
than
like
that,
if everything is installed correctly, nothing's gonna break on the radiator. Like there's
Right.
no moving parts. It's just gonna work. But so if anything's gonna die, then it's gonna be the fan. So that's one advantage of air cooling is, it's a little less complex. If the fan dies, it's going to be super easy to replace the fan. Are you guys saying that the pump is going to die on an air cooler? What? I think you guys
I think they're talking
misunderstood
about the
me.
water cooler.
I think you guys misunderstood me. With air cooling, the air cooling has a radiator still, guys. No, air cooling still has a radiator. Yeah, the chunk of metal there's nothing gonna like break on that. So yeah, but air cooling kind of only takes you so far. Like if you try and air cool, the fins radiate heat on air or water. Yeah, exactly. If you tried to like air cool the 13900K, for example,
gonna have a bad
you'd
time.
either need a huge air cooler, or you just like could not cool it with air cooling. And so that's where it kind of becomes like the liquid cooling domain. So yeah, and then liquid cooling, the advantages there are, like I just said, it has some more like thermal capacity, and it's a little more efficient at drawing heat away and dispersing it. So technically, like liquid coolers are a bit better, but then you have to worry about, you still have to worry about fans dying, given it's probably like years and years, and you're more likely to have like the pump fail before the fans do. But you have like the pump and the fans that could fail. You could have bad tubing. There's more that can go wrong.
It's not likely to go wrong.
It's not likely to
Don't-
go wrong. Yeah.
Don't scare them.
We've not had any issues with AIOs in our experience. You dudes seen the Ice Giant Pro Siphon Elite?
Yep.
My girlfriend's computer has that.
Ridiculous.
I'd be interested to see though, like how it works on non-Threadripper CPUs. Do you guys do open loop water cooling builds or just AIOs? Just AIOs. The logistics on like how to ship an RMA
Scary. Scary.
open loop cooling is not very good.
Did you hear that?
I did.
That was my hip.
Okay. I was slightly concerned that was like a really like weird fart.
No, but my hip pops like that every now and then. It feels really good when it does it.
You have a fan cooling your i9-9900K. What air like by you have a fan cooling? I hope you mean that you have an air cooler.
I'm sure. I don't have to talk like a fan on next to the
Yeah.
computer.
So like what air cooler do you have?
Like an oscillating fan just blowing at an open,
Just imagine.
an open case.
There was somebody, it was on it was either
Very
Linus Tech
simple
Tips, it was
CCW
some
air
tech YouTuber that was reviewing people's builds, and this guy had a USB mini like desk fan sitting inside of his computer
Yes.
that was running off the USB to cool the
I
CPU.
love that. Amazing.
AIO you use, do they have a port to top off the liquid? No. They're made in a factory so that that's not an issue.
I have seen people do that before, but man, you really need to know what you're doing.
Yeah, you really need to. Yeah, you
That's
really
not
need
something that I would ever recommend to somebody. At that point, just
Yeah.
get a new AIO.
Like, yes, AIOs do lose liquid over time, but it's such a small amount that, like, it's not a real problem.
T-Herd, that's a good question. Generally, you want to prioritize the GPU temperature if you're gaming a lot. So having the CPU as intake, or the AIO as intake, is going to introduce a lot more heat into the system. And you know, maybe if you were doing a high CPU load and your GPU is there to maybe just make an output or just provide a little bit of discrete power, you could set it to intake. And it really is personal preference. We just do, you know, we do it as exhaust to prioritize the GPU. That's
Right.
Yeah, you're cooling. Like, I know that because you said 900K. I don't know anything about that generation, but I would guess that it's, you know, not as hot.
I know
that the
9900K
Hyper
was
212 is a pretty good.
moderately
air
warm, but
cooler.
I don't think it was anything like the 10900K.
Be Quiet has a fill port and a teeny tiny bottle of coolant.
Oh my. Of course, Be Quiet would.
But yeah, like, so the way that AIOs are made is, you know, they make them in a factory, and they, you know, if everything's done correctly, they like flush out the loop, and then they fill it up with like the perfect amount of liquid, and they vacuum seal it so that, you know, it's like all good to go, and you should not really have to do anything to it.
Right.
Just finished work, excited for your build? Huh? We only got Nick's build tonight.
Maybe Pat is showing up after all, and he's doing that build.
No one told us.
Oh, hold on.
It looks like Dark Rhino did post that picture of his computer in the builds. The red and black is sick.
Talking about the day when the day comes for your build. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yes, be very excited for that.
I didn't want it to be like a ha ha ha. Can you send this one to me? May I have free PC? So thank you for not doing that.
God, I love when people ask for free stuff.
It's the best. Free Zotac cards.
Ooh.
Free Zotac cards. Nobody told me that.
I'll let you wax my legs for a 3070 Ti.
Oh my.
Oh, what's the? Oh, is that a NZXT? What's the NZXT?
The Kraken.
Yeah. What's the? Is it the Z73?
That's the Z73. Yeah.
Is that the one where you can put like your own GIF on it or whatever?
Yeah, sort of like this cooler.
Yeah, those are sick.
And the Corsair cooler with the LCD is my favorite by far. And the primary reason being that the screen live updates as you like adjust it. So if you're trying to adjust your GIF on the screen, you can like click it and drag it around and you'll see it move around on the LCD screen in real time, which is so much nicer than the frickin' what do you call it? Oh, I am a silly goose.
That don't be a little weird. Getting a little weird.
Oh, damn it.
Who's getting weird?
Oh, good. I just forgot to put the LCD screen on.
So like with the
like,
LCD screen, are you guys gonna put the Phoenix symbol on it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Of course, you can change it if you want, but
No,
we'll
it's
have
permanent.
our default Phoenix RGB lighting set up.
That's cool.
Before summer, you switch your case to a 5000D airflow. Move
Yes.
the AIO from top exhaust to front intake. Your 3080 runs about 3 Celsius hotter under load. Also, your ambient temp in the summer struggles to stay between 78 to 81 Fahrenheit.
Is it GIF or GIF?
I like GIF. I like GIF because I think like GIF and image. GIF.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
I'm on Team GIF.
I've always said GIF because it's graphics something,
Yeah,
but it's
graphics
like,
and change format.
That's fair.
Apparently the creator said it's a GIF, but
Here's the thing about that. After taking a linguistics class, I learned that language is about the native speakers of that language and like what can be used for effective communication.
yeah.
Isn't the
GIF and
consensus
GIF
like
is equally.
isn't the consensus like as long as it like makes sense and people are able to interpret what you're trying to say, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's like like language is basically based on how it's used and what you just said. If people can understand what you're saying, then there's no like correct language.
It's like when boomers get upset at you for using slang.
Like
that's
language
not the proper
changes.
English. Like,
Yeah.
because the big thing about like proper English and proper language, it was definitely like a class disparity thing.
Yeah.
Like they would bring it up because it's just another thing to put people down for. Now, granted, I don't like when I'm like trying to talk about something like professional and people use slang, because with slang there is room for misinterpretation.
Yeah.
But like if you're talking to someone you know and you know how they talk, it doesn't super matter.
GIF is peanut butter. GIF is an image. Speak my language. You want some PhynixPC STL files?
Oh,
What is STL?
those are like 3D printing files.
Oh, okay. Well, Wells might be able to do that.
I can do that.
Anyone want to
Anyone
buy a
wanna buy a
kidney barely
kidney?
used? What the?
No, but do you have any
Nope.
bones?
Stop that. Stupid question. What's the difference between 3060 and 3070? Don't say
number?
stupid question. Just ask questions.
Are no stupid questions.
Yeah, difference between a 3060, 3070. Do you have the numbers?
Might be like 10, 15% in gaming.
It's less good.
Dragon literally just said 3060 is less than 3070.
That this is true.
Smaller number was...
Seven bigger than 6. What barbecue sauce is in barbecue wieners? Don't tell me.
Really weird in here tonight. Look, we're not. It's been weirder. Let's be honest.
Or the magnet. I give up. What barbecue sauce is on barbecue is in barbecue wieners? Ready.
Say that because as a meat clerk cutter, that is a question that you've been asked. Customer is upset when you laughed rather than answer. So it wasn't a joke, it was a weird customer service.
Oh. Oh. I wanted a joke.
You made well sad.
Stupid question.
Sorry, I'm not funny. Goodness.
Should be.
I thought you meant like the little tiny
Like pigs in a blanket.
yeah, like the ones that you use for pigs in the blanket. You know how like
Tiny wiener.
you also use them and you just have them in like barbecue sauce? That's what I thought you meant. Is there a name for those?
Oh, when my mom makes, like these meatball appetizers. Puts the meatballs in barbecue sauce. She also puts grape jelly in.
Talking like cocktail wieners, I guess.
Wiener.
Barbecue little smokies. Really? I'm gonna do some Googling.
Do the math.
Oh yeah, like smokies. Smokies wrapped in bacon? Dude,
Can't wait to go home and get in bed.
sauce.
Grape jelly is a secret ingredient for meatballs.
I don't know about that. That's
Oh, my mom puts grape jelly in the barbecue sauce with the
I
meatballs,
actually have heard that.
and it works.
what the heck?
No, I'm not kidding.
Same with apparently if you put peanut butter in like chili. Yeah, don't ask me why. Apparently it's like a recipe a lot of people use.
I guess that's not that. Well, okay. It is far off, but like,
Look, if people,
I guess that's a similar idea.
I mean,
to
if people do it,
like, oh shoot, which one is it? I think it's like kung pao chicken with like peanuts in it. This one, I feel bad. I'm just gonna stop talking because I don't know.
I'll try almost any food at least once.
Update, you get to go pick up the replacement shipment of cat food tomorrow after work, but the original shipment that they suddenly found from 2 weeks ago gets here on Wednesday. Hey, Trashy's getting free cat food, let's go.
Nice.
cats.
Yeah, barbecue Little Smokies.
Now you say you'll try any food at least once. Would you try cat food?
That reminds me of District 9.
You know what? I don't think I talked about this on stream because I think this happened over break, but I made like that's the one kung pao with peanuts. Yeah. Okay. You're gonna donate the excess to a local shelter because you'll never go through it all before it goes bad.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
let's
nice.
go. You've tried a dog biscuit, so you guess?
Yeah, I've tried. My parents got these chicken sticks, and fuck, those things tasted like dry chicken strips.
Interesting.
Really?
Because they were just, it was like breaded and dried chicken. So
Yeah, that's what I always thought bad is like wet cat food to me. I always just like tuna, but it doesn't smell like tuna, I guess.
Yeah, something that I make often is I'll like get ground fine sausage, fry it up. I'll put it in sauce. I'll let it simmer for like an hour. Then I'll put the meat pasta. But
That
the
sounds
last
good.
time I made it, they didn't have any ground sausage. And I had an idea that I wanted to try, so it kind of worked out anyways. And what I did was I just like I just cooked the outside of the sausages, and then I put them in the sauce, like not cut up, because usually even if I did get the sausages instead of the ground sausage, I would like cut them up into bite-sized pieces.
sure.
But I was like, what if I just don't cut them up and then I like let them basically like slow cook instead of frying them?
Sure.
And like I did that, and I think it might have also helped that I cut up a bell pepper, and put it in there.
Fuck, pepper is so good with stuff.
But like that was like the most tender meat I've ever had.
Oh yeah.
Like it was so tender that like I didn't
yeah?
have to use any force
How
to
tender?
bite.
How tender was it?
It was so tender that I didn't have to use any force to bite like a piece off. Like
That
there was
sounds good.
zero resistance. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was the slow cooking or if the bell pepper helped tenderize.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Probably.
It was basically the exact scenario that you'll try any food, throw some milk bone. Was it good?
Ryan is having none of it? Wait, what? What's happening?
As I said.
Beef fat, salt, oat fiber, poultry meal. I can't picture in my mind what that would taste like.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I was being all how tender is it? Yeah. Look, okay. Talking about food, and it was very tender. It was.
It wasn't good, but I've definitely eaten less tasty food. Wait, okay, so what have you eaten that was actual food that tasted worse than a dog biscuit?
I could see that happening because there's some bad food out there.
There is.
That's true.
Some of my own cooking.
What's your most like hated food? Actually, you know what? A better question. What's like a food you don't like that most people love?
Seafood.
Really?
Really? All seafood?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's a shame.
I don't.
That is a shame.
Like, I want to try and work on that and get better about eating seafood, but like,
What is it about it?
I don't know. I just like seafood is disgusting and stinky. That is kind of how I feel
It
about
does
it.
have a smell, yeah.
Like, even if I could get past the smell, I don't know. Like, it's never like tasted great to me either. I do like fried tilapia though. That is like, but then again, at that point, I think it's mainly just the breading that I like and
Sure.
not actually the fish.
That's fair. Have you ever had like fried walleye?
Fried what?
Walleye.
Walleye?
What is that?
It's a freshwater fish. It's really common up north.
Oh,
But
I will
it's by
say
far
that
the best fish I've ever had.
I will say that like recently I've tried shrimp and I don't hate them.
Okay.
I'll eat
I
shrimp.
can-
now.
Like, yeah, I can only eat shrimp if it's fried. I can't eat cold shrimp or grilled shrimp. The texture of it, I can't do it.
I like grilled shrimp a lot.
I think shrimp is, at least right now currently, is one of those things where I would not order shrimp, but if I order something and it has shrimp in it.
That's fair. So then I wouldn't say you don't like seafood. It's just very selective, which is fine. I think a lot of people are like that with seafood.
But like, oh man, I hate going to seafood restaurants because then I have to then I have to
smell.
basically be like a kid and be like, I want my chicken tendies.
Yeah, I feel you there. My number one thing I hate that everybody pretty much likes is eggs.
Really?
I've
Okay, actually no, I
talked
kind
to
of
people
I
that
can
really
get behind
don't
that,
like eggs.
actually.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if I have to eat just straight up egg, I get a little weirded out by it.
I struggle in the. I mean, I do it anyway, but I struggle in the morning with eggs sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know what it is for me. It's like I don't think it's the taste. I think it's like the texture. But I've tried every type of egg, like, and I can't do it. Even omelets, I can't do it.
Yeah, no, actually, I can kind of get behind you on that one a little. Because yeah, like if it's eggs just by itself, sometimes I get a little weird about it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't mind it in stuff. You know, if it's like baking or if you have to put egg in like for a binder, like that's fine.
Yeah.
But or like I like French toast. That's pretty much just egg and bread. But yeah, I don't know why.
Your boyfriend will only eat eggs when they're out. Whenever you're out at a restaurant, he will not let you.
Interesting.
What's the difference? Because I feel like eggs you can't
Why
really
did I
make
know
them
that was
better.
trashy?
I wish I knew.
Because your cooking is trash.
I'm really weird about like home cooking, so like I feel like I can kind of understand that a little bit, just because like you may not even like you may like be doing a perfectly fine job of like cooking the eggs, but it may
Unlikely.
it may just be that there's like something about it that cook just freaking fine things. If you eat plain eggs, they have to be runny. Like
I prefer wet eggs.
like like the eggs that come in ramen. I have to kind of like mentally.
That's like a poached egg, right?
Get ready.
Yeah, I have to like mentally.
That's how I felt about those cheese curds and those little like protein pack things. Those things were not good.
Like there's something about a like what like is it like yeah like a hard boiled like I know it's not I know ramen eggs aren't hard boiled.
Oh, just a boiled egg. You can
Yeah.
do that. Or is it?
You can't even feed yourself. You need Ryan to feed you. So go over there with your attitude, sir.
Oh.
Cheese curds, man, I miss those. They were all over in Minnesota.
Okay, but what Wells is talking about is like
These little dried cheese curds and they
like
were
a trail mix thing.
yeah, they were
Oh, that's weird.
really not good.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about like deep fried, like cheese curds.
Also not a huge cheese person.
That's fair.
Or I shouldn't. I mean, I like cheese, but I can't like eat it by itself.
Like a grilled cheese you wouldn't like?
Well, that's different because that's like fried.
Yeah.
And that's like,
I
with
don't.
bread too.
I don't like cold. I guess actually the best way to put it is I just don't like cold cheese
Cold
by
plain cheese,
itself.
yeah.
I don't want cold plain cheese on a cracker with
That's fair.
bruschetta from a charcuterie board.
Yeah, I can get behind that a little bit too.
Yeah. The cheese
Nope,
curds
give me
I'm
the
thinking
cheese.
of, they're like hot, like right out of the deep fryer, and you eat them. They like, they're super good.
I love that like famous internet post where it's like you can control white people with cheese or something like that. And then someone was like, I like cheese, or like, and he's like, I got one.
I got one.
I like cheese.
But yeah,
They don't like raw cheese.
yeah. Although I was hungry in the grocery store the other day, and thankfully that didn't like cause problems. But like,
Oh, I can't go hungry, man.
like, well, I didn't really. I think I didn't really realize it until I was like towards the end of my shopping. But yeah, I went past some like cheese sticks, and for some reason, my brain was just like, I want the cheese stick.
Yeah, my issue when I go to the grocery store hungry is right now I've got it so deeply ingrained not to spend extra money, but it's more that I just run out of like the executive function. Like I no longer am able to like
You just gotta
decide
eat before you go.
on what to eat. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the weirdest thing about that is like, just like you said, I'm like sometimes I can be a little weird about like plain cold cheese. So like I'm not even a huge fan of cheese sticks. But in that
I love
moment,
cheese
I
sticks.
wanted to eat a cheese stick.
I actually have a whole bag in my mini fridge right next to me.
Oh.
But
Man, I had a mini fridge for a short little bit, and that.
after having one in my office for the past like 8 years, I don't think I could go without it.
Well, this was at where I'm living now, but with roommates. So I just had it in my closet.
In your closet.
Yeah, because you know.
I feel like
it
that'd
was,
be what would that be called? Wouldn't that be like a fire hazard?
Would it?
Because they get really like it's kind of weird, but they
They
get
do get
really
hot in the
warm,
back.
like on the sides and the back. And I feel like if it was in an enclosed space like that, it'd be very bad.
That might be why it broke.
Yeah.
The heat pump. It's got to put that heat elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I would notice if it got.
Probably not.
I think I would notice if my room was on fire.
But yeah, in any case, it was kind of nice to like go grab a Dr. Pepper from the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. From the closet. That's awesome.
Walk over to my closet. Yeah, so
So
right here.
yeah, so it goes, you know, the main one goes right here, and then you can see these two holes
So I think you should put the.
Oh.
I think you should put the one
up here.
there.
Okay.
Because I feel like
And then you'll be able to just
easier for Nick to.
take this out and put it in like you normally would.
Sweet. And there's 6 SATA slots on that motherboard, right?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep.
Cool.
And then we'll try and pre-route 3 of them if we can, so that you just have to put the drive in there.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Cause yeah, I have if it doesn't have enough SATA cables with the case, I have extras, so it's not a big deal. But
I've got an extra. I'm certain I have an extra one somewhere.
Raw cheese, what a
Yeah.
ridiculous concept. It is a little silly, but okay, you know what they mean though, right? String
I don't
cheese,
know
heck
if I'd
yeah.
ever eat goat cheese. I don't think I could do it.
Dude, it tastes just like cheese.
Does it really? The
Yeah.
thought of it just kind of weirds me out.
I don't like.
You've
I,
never been to like a Hispanic restaurant? And they have,
I was dating a girl in high school who was from, I think, Villa. And I went over and she had a bunch of family over.
See you, Captain Ryan.
And they were all super nice, but they made this big salad, and it was, you know, lettuce, tomato, other stuff, and you're married. You're married. And there was goat cheese in it, and I knew that I didn't like goat cheese,
trashy.
but I also didn't want to ignite. I also didn't want to be rude. So I ate some and I bit down on a cheese curd, and I couldn't help it, but I made just like the worst like gag face, and her uncle just started bursting out laughing. He thought it was so funny. And once he was like, you know you don't have to eat this if you don't want to, and I was like, thank you.
Yeah, wait, what were yeah, Trashy said, make a list, do your best to stick to it, and plan menu every week for dinner. Do that except for the planning the dinner part. What I'm trying to do now is anytime I buy something from the store, I put it in like a shopping list, and then it's like a checklist. So I try my best to, whenever I need something, I uncheck it, and then I only buy the unchecked items in the list. That helps because like what I'm really bad about is like I'll get like let's just say like my pasta, for example. Like I'll get stuff to make pasta, and then I'll make it, and then I'll enjoy it. And sometimes I'll just forget about that.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have like pasta sauce, pasta, meat on the list, then I can remember, oh, that's something that I like to do. I can get those things and I can make that.
Yeah.
Like that is a possibility.
Yeah.
Like that's my issue. Like just like that's like part of my issue with cooking is that I just don't know like what is a good combination, and so I end up eating a lot of like individual things. I've gotten better about it, but executive function.
Speaking of, I think I want to add bell peppers.
You should.
You know what? I
Bell
probably
peppers are
shouldn't because
great.
it'll make it more expensive. But
Bell peppers, I can't. How much?
I'm
are
a
bell
wuss when it
peppers?
comes to spice.
very cheap, but
I know bell peppers don't have much spice, but like trying to think like habanero, you know, that like I can't handle it.
Well, Mushroom Brownie says, "What's the easiest way to open an ATM machine that's of the wall?" I'm gonna assume like that's
of
in
the
the wall. I'm gonna go with.
are you trying to commit crime?
I'm gonna go with very carefully.
Don't answer that.
I'm gonna go with very carefully.
We're not gonna. No. Are you trying to commit crime? What's happening?
I am going to commit great crime. I'm going to not in water tower. Seen that meme? No, there's a
You
guy
need that
standing
tiny hammer over there.
There's a guy like standing above a water tower, and he's like, I'm going to commit great crime. I'm going to make great nut in water tower.
Sounds like a dude from the Perry the Platypus's arch nemesis. Dynamite.
What is this? A fucking Roadrunner cartoon?
At Carrabba's, I ordered something and it had a certain kind of pepper in it, and I really enjoyed it. So, if possible, I'd like to get that pepper.
The over the border, also con queso, with small chunks of like pepper and stuff in it. I'll get like a taste of pepper, and it's what it is. Well, I know it's the pepper, but I don't know what it is about the pepper.
Okay. Pause, champ. In your city, there's been a rash of ATMs being blown open? What the heck?
That is hilarious.
This just in, a man exploded attempting to break into an ATM machine at the local Walmart. His last words were, "Buy PCs from PhynixPC." I don't know if that would be a good or a bad thing.
No. Any publicity
It would
is
not
good
be
publicity.
good exposure, but it would be exposure. That's all that matters.
Any exposure is good exposure in my book.
I mean, if I was watching the news and I heard that, I would check out your website at that point.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but like, would we want
Like
a brand?
what? No, but like, what would like? How could those PCs be so good that it drives someone to commit such a not heinous crime, but violent crime? I mean, that's not something that you just
Yeah, but do you want
make.
like,
That's not a decision you make lightly, Ryan.
you wouldn't want to like have the brand associated with blowing up ATMs.
You're wrong. I
He
would.
needed money to buy a PC. He died for his country. Maybe that's what his last words would have been. Probably like, I need this money for PhynixPC, and then he blows up.
Okay, apparently I'm just in big dum dum because
That's
they're
a-
red bell peppers.
God, if you're dumb, what the fuck am I?
Maybe I was thinking about the cheese because there was like topped with warm caprino cheese.
You could turn that into a YouTube skit for your channel.
Pomodoro sauce.
What if Ryan's dumb? What am I?
No. The having like a acting it out like a ATM robbery.
Oh, someone.
Oh God.
And it's like a commercial.
Oh, that's a really good idea. I mean, I'm sure Tongue has access to explosives.
What?
Oh my
Not
God.
dynamite, but you know, tannerite.
You know, After Effects is a thing, right?
Or like
Well,
firecrackers.
But like, what's the point there?
Sure.
I don't like that they haven't said it.
They were probably just trolling, honestly.
No, I know, but
Are they
It's
even
either
still
that
here
or they
watching?
took the info and ran.
They probably did. Oh, they're still here. Mushroom brownie.
so many tabs open. I know I shouldn't play this, but I kind of want. Dubious little creature.
I fucking
Yeah?
love those. This will not end well.
Someone put Gimme Ghoul as the thing on the right.
What?
Gimme Ghoul?
Yeah, it's one of the new Pokemon. It's like a
Oh,
it's a little guy in a chest. Hold on, let me just.
just sounds like a flesh-eating bacteria.
Oh.
The beast is demonic in nature, very icky, no good.
Very icky.
You know what? Here, I'll try and post this in the Discord, so you all can.
Have you
Although,
beaten new Pokemon yet, Ryan?
I have. That's
Nice.
like pretty much the majority of what I did over break. I just chilled and had a lot of, Pokemon time.
Is it fighting the Elite Four or whatever? Is that how you win?
Yeah, like I got to the credits. So yeah, I on by Monday I had already beaten the 2 out of the 3 stories, and where like one of them is the Titan Pokemon, one of them is the evil team, and the third one is the gym, the gym challenge. And I saved the gym challenge till last because thought it'd be like, what
The
if
most difficult.
not the most difficult. I just thought I was like, because they advertised it as you could go anywhere and do anything, and you could play the game in any sort of order that you wanted to. So I thought,
Oh.
what if I basically completed the game without doing any of the gyms and saved the gyms for last?
Right.
But it's a bit of a bummer because, like, you can very clearly tell that they designed the game to where you're supposed to do gyms to make progress.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, that's how it is in every game, right?
Yeah, but like I feel like if you're gonna market like you can play it in any order, then I better be able to play it in any order and not
Yeah, I
be
agree.
like restricted because of it.
Mine's gonna
Right.
show up at the Game Freak. What do you call it? Offices, and like tie them to a chair. You're like, what the fuck is this?
I mean,
False advertisement.
if I had that opportunity, I mean, one, I would want my Japanese to be a lot better, and I feel like I would just use that to be like,
Okay, probably speaking.
I hope you guys have an ATM here because I have a lot of dynamite.
oh god.
Oh fuck yeah.
No, actually, you know what? If I had that opportunity, I would want to hear details on how much each company has like what say over production of Pokemon games. Because
Well-
there's Game Freak, there's the Pokemon Company, and there's Nintendo.
Is Nintendo the producer?
They're the
Or who?
publisher.
They're the publisher. It's usually the producer who has a lot of the say in.
I would guess that
final
that's
stuff.
the Pokemon Company.
Okay.
Which is likely a subsidiary.
Yeah, I think Nintendo does have. I don't know. I could be talking out of my ass, but yeah, going back to your original thing, like yeah, I over the break I
He didn't
finished up all
eat,
the gyms.
He didn't sleep. He didn't shower.
No, that's not true.
He didn't tell Lydia he loves her.
Oh
It's
no.
not true. Not true at all. I'm gonna sue you for defamation.
Okay. Okay.
Live on stream.
I have my video evidence.
Yeah.
But yeah,
ATF is in.
no, yeah, I got the credits. I think I told Wells and LeBron this earlier. Whenever by the time the credits rolled, I was like, you know what? I actually care about these characters.
Yeah.
I like the splitting the story up into 3 separate smaller stories actually worked out really well for Pokemon. And,
That's good. So you felt it was like long enough, the story wise?
I don't know. That's hard to say because the way I played it was so weird that I don't think it's really conducive to, because the way I played it, there were times where I wasn't leveled enough, and the simple solution is go fight some gyms and explore and stuff, and then you'll be the appropriate level.
But fuck that.
But I was not having it, so I just grinded.
Yeah.
That's not exactly how you're supposed to do it.
This is my first ever Zotac gaming GPU. I've always gone with Asus.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Zotac did a good job this generation.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things.
But, oh man, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the final area has a really sick and aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they kind of got me because I thought something was gonna happen and it didn't happen.
But no spoilers. How does that work with the vertical thing? So there's that white plate behind it that just puts a...
Yeah,
What do you call that?
it's basically just a fancy riser cable.
Yeah, and it comes with it, which is nice.
Cool.
Yeah, we haven't had any issues with it. No, because I think it's a Gen 4 riser, and because the board is Gen 4 and the card is Gen 4, there aren't issues with that fucking Cosmos case, man.
Cosmos case.
The Cooler Master Cosmos was the bane of our existence at Redacted.
Really?
Yeah.
We didn't have very many of them, but when we did, I mean, it was like a cycle of punishment. All right, who's up? And
Was it
you
just
ever have
poor
to put one
layout,
of those?
no room in it?
No, but I don't think I had to pack one.
Mm-hmm.
But oh god, packing anything bigger than a 011 XL is just
I hated packing the 011 XL.
it's not fun, but it's tolerable. If the riser is Gen 3 but the GPU is Gen 4 and the motherboard supports Gen 4, the system won't post because the riser can't support the bandwidth that the GPU is asking for and the motherboard is trying to provide.
Oh.
You have to manually set the PCIe lane speed to... Yep, that is correct.
So you'd literally be bottlenecking your GPU at that point.
Not
I think you
necessarily.
can set it. You can set it so that it recognizes and it won't hit itself.
Oh.
Yeah, so
So if you're running at a Gen 3 speed or whatever, would that technically be less performance than a Gen 4?
No, because most cards nowadays, I think everything is still technically below the spec that Gen 3 covers.
Oh, okay.
yeah. It's literally just a compatibility issue, or calling it a compatibility issue feels a little bit misleading. It's that's the best I can think to put into words though, is is like there's not really a better way of saying it besides the cable needs Gen 3 and the setting on the motherboard is Gen 4. So you need to change that setting on the motherboard to Gen 3 to get it to work. Except for most cases you need the GPU to do that, so kind of screwed a little bit. For most people. The same sort of thing of like you need to download the BIOS on Z690 motherboards to support 13th gen processors, but you need a CPU to update the BIOS. So if you don't have a 12th gen processor lying around, then it's going to be difficult for you. Gotten sick of carrying a Cosmos to rework that you just told everyone to leave part till it got packed.
Yeah.
I remember that. You would not believe how often every month we get a post in the small form factor troubleshooting channel, and it's just I built my system and it won't post help, and they don't have an iGPU or and it's a riser issue. Yeah, that makes sense. Because unless you're like an enthusiast and you're just like on top of that kind of stuff, like how would you know?
Yeah.
So they get to disassemble the entire kit. Yeah.
Man, that would suck.
In the case manual for most Gen 3 cases, not many people that need to read manuals and read manuals. Do you think upgrading from 32 gigabytes to 64 gigabytes of RAM is worth it? No. It depends on what you're gonna do with the PC. 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. But like,
Unless you just want to flex on your friends.
that is a reason. But yeah, unless you're gonna be doing heavy workloads that need more RAM, where more RAM will increase the speed of, whatever you're doing, not necessarily a good idea to do bytes of RAM.
It's just a lot of it's just added cost.
Yeah.
Which reminds me.
And the nice thing with RAM is you can always add more. So you could start out with 32, and if for some reason it's not enough, just buy 2 more sticks.
Yeah.
As long as you make sure that it's the same brand.
Yeah, and the right. They'd have to be the same speed too, right?
Same brand, speed, really the same model, as close as you can. Well, it should be exactly the same model, realistically.
Reminds me that we have.
In your guys's testing with different computers, have you noticed a sizable difference between DDR4 and 5?
Not really.
I mean, we don't really test them for performance. We test them for
Stress testing, so good.
Functionality.
Yeah, like functional parts.
But like a lot of the things that I've seen are saying that at least right now, there's just not a huge difference.
Yeah, a lot of the case, we get our information from, reliable sources.
Now, that being said, the higher the megahertz you go, I think there are fewer diminishing returns with DDR5. So like this is 6,000 megahertz. is going to be better than like 3600 or 4000 DDR4, I think.
Right.
And there will be even more growing room as DDR5 becomes more.
Yeah,
I think like Pat's made the joke that we'll see. Well, I don't know if it's a joke, but that we'll eventually see DDR5 10,000. It's probably not like unfounded.
Yeah, YK Boss. I don't think we've reached out to you because of the like we kind of like gave ourselves a break and we just kind of like no business over the weekend. But yeah, we need to get in touch with you and talk to you about that. Because yeah, we did see your note that you wanted to upgrade to 64 gigabytes of RAM. We need to make sure that, you know, one, we could actually I don't know the pricing off the top of my head, so like I saw that you gave us sort of like a budget, I guess, if you will, kind of like a budget of like,
Even if
we need to make sure.
Well, even if it is in your budget, but it starts to push it, there are other things you could put that money towards that would result in better performance.
Yeah.
Or just save the money. Like we would love to take your money, but realistically, the difference between 32 and 64 is not going to be like palpable enough in gaming. And you could take that money and, because what's the difference? Like $150 or something like that. Whatever it is, buy a couple games or buy another hard drive. Or
let's see.
Buy a lot of food.
Yeah, 1 terabyte OS drive and no extra drives. Yeah.
Fuck, put the money towards extra storage.
What were the specs on the rest of the computer they were looking at?
It's a Siren with a 13700K DDR5 V240 1 terabyte OS drive, which is the default, and no extra drives. So
okay,
you were told that it would be better in the long run. Not really.
I mean, okay, technically, yes, because there was at one point where 16 gigs was the most you'd ever need. You don't need 32 gigs right now, but it helps a little bit with frame times. It can kind of help with, you know, buffering, and if it's good RAM, the PC might boot a little faster or whatever. But 32 is like the high-end comfort spot.
Yeah. So like 32, like I guess a simpler way to put it would be like 32. Right now, 32 gigabytes is like the optimal like amount of RAM. You know, in the past it was smaller,
And, I mean,
so in the future it's reasonable to expect it.
Honestly, even 32 is a little bit of future-proofing right now too, because most games only need 16 gigabytes.
So yeah, like it'll be a while until 64 gigabytes becomes that optimal, you know, capacity for RAM. So like if you wanted to get ready for that, you could, but like we said before, it's probably better to either spend that money elsewhere, not spend it, and if in the future you do feel like you need more RAM, just buy some more.
You can
RAM.
always buy it again later.
Yeah. Like having 4 sticks of RAM is not as optimal as 2 sticks. It's not gonna mess stuff up. It's unlikely to mess stuff up.
Wait, say that again.
Like buying two more sticks of RAM later, so that you have 4 sticks of RAM.
So technically, a 2-stick kit of 64 gig or a 4 thick 64 gig kit will likely be more stable, but that's at like the extreme. So like you might have stability issues, and I don't want to like scare you away from doing 32 now, 64 later. But like there have been stability issues where when you get, you know, one kit now and then another kit later, but that's, you know, most companies I think have pretty good like return policies.
It's not super likely, but it's possible.
It's possible. That's all I'm
to
warning.
have issues down the line if you do 4 sticks instead of 2.
I'm not trying to scare anyone. I'm just trying to.
Current gym boards are speed limited for 4 DIMMs though, right? Yeah, like technically there's like, you know, it's not. I don't think, like, I don't know the difference though. My impression and my guess would be that it's not that big of a difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
But realistically, my guess is by the time that you are ready for 64 gigabytes, there's a solid chance that you'll be ready for a new computer in 3-4 years.
Like, I would
maybe
guess like
more,
5 years.
probably
or
more. If you're not trying to have like cutting edge stuff all the time. We're thick little fucks for wanting to buy new shit every year or every 2 years.
Yeah, that's me.
I hate it. I hate it.
Were they looking at an i5 or an i7?
Yeah, 13700.
Okay.
13700 is just for a CPU.
I'm glad that there's finally a review for it. Steve.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, if that was me, I guess I would just go with the DDR5 32, probably more storage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Like if you really want to future-proof,
Again, future-proof.
get like another 2 terabytes of storage.
Because
'Cause
you'll be super surprised like how fast you'll go through storage if this is
Especially
your first
1
like gaming
terabyte.
PC.
Because not a lot of it, but like I mean, not like a sort of substantial portion of it does get eaten up by the OS, and then like also like 2 terabytes. So having large uninterrupted sections of storage is really nice because you can store a lot of large files without getting close to maxing out a drive, because especially with flash memory, the closer to full you get, the slower the entire thing is gonna be. So like, yeah, save the whatever it is, $200 on the 64 gigs of RAM. And how much is another?
I mean, for
terabyte
$200,
drive?
you could get
I
a
don't know off the
2
top of my
terabyte
head.
like.
I guess I could
Probably
I
something
could
like
check.
$200.
Uh,
Yeah, to be fair, Pat built a computer with some Royal Elite DDR4, and he's been ranting and raving about how fast it boots up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, YK Boss, we appreciate your appreciation.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. We want to try and help people
We like to be informative.
as much as we can.
I like that even the GPU support is white too.
Right?
It's a good
This
it's a
looks so good with
detail.
the white cooler.
Yeah, I like that they color match it. It's a nice touch.
Mhm. Is the glass tinted with this one, or is it just clear?
It's just clear.
Okay. I think
Yeah.
I want to say on the black one it's like tinted stealthily or whatever.
It might be, yeah.
But I don't like the tinted look. I like the clear more.
Yeah, the 2 terabyte 3.0 is $200 on our website. The 4.0 is $220.
$20. I mean,
But even then, just a 1 terabyte 3.0 is $100. And like, if I had to go with like a nice amount of storage but not going too crazy, I would say
if I get 3 terabytes.
1 terabyte OS, 1 terabyte like game drive, you're cooking. You're sitting nice and pretty.
Cooking with fire.
You have 2 terabyte on the PC, 1 standard plus the Black Friday. Very true. Very true. YK Boss has just reminded us of our own sale. Yeah. Until the end of the month, until the 30th, so 2 more days.
Take advantage of it.
And remember, you can still use your favorite content creators code.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Such as beautiful Nick here.
Yes.
they'll get to the same discount.
What's the difference between 3.0 and the other one for storage? It's just faster.
Speed.
Not too big of a difference.
For games, you know, right now, yeah, it's just not.
Yeah. What Sev said is very true.
All right. This.
Yeah,
looking
YK
clean.
Boss has already
It's a
put in an
PC.
order. So
And if this doesn't turn on, okay. And then we've had issues where, because the LCD kit needs an update.
yeah,
IQ will need an update.
Okay.
George has
And
speed.
so it might like flash red when we turn it on. That you won't get it like that.
Right. Like the PC will still boot and everything. It's just the actual image. You'll have to update that to get to work right.
Yeah, YK Boss. I'll explain after. I think we should. Let's go ahead and. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Stepped on Wells' toesies.
Shoes on because my feet are hot.
Let me get this clip real quick and then I'll. Okay. How about?
Yeah, this is Vicarious Nick's PC in 3, 2, 1.
Let's go. 3D colors.
Ooh, look at her go.
I love the boot up animation with all their triangles.
Oh, that's
Corsair
sick,
did
yeah.
a really good job. Oh, it turned on. Let's go.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
You
This is
don't
our
need
first,
no update.
This is
It
our
might
first
need an update, but that's
turn
okay.
on with the customer sitting here talking to us. This is awesome.
Boo, boo.
Wait, can you say that again?
Hi, hee hee hee, ha ha.
Ha, 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 ho.
No, it looks amazing, guys. Hell yeah.
Thank you. You're very excited.
I didn't even realize the GPU had RGB on it too.
I really wish Corsair would make a motherboard so that you could just use IQ for everything.
Yeah.
I would like them to purely just for like more options for motherboards.
More options, and I just
And I do
want
think that they would
as
make it look aesthetic
few,
and stuff.
as few RGB software as possible. I want them to make a GPU too. That would be cool. 'Cause
Heck yeah.
then it's all Corsair.
And I know that you guys install Windows on there and test stuff, and it's not a big deal at all. Just curious, do you guys update like the drivers and stuff too?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Oh yeah.
We usually like skip over that when we're doing our spiel, but like
We try to make sure that it is
like
complete
I mean,
when you get it.
I think it's because we just treat it as something so basic.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, you're right. Like, we definitely should like mention that because that doesn't always happen. Okay.
PhynixPC turning on customers since 2020.
What? Huh?
I was the first.
If you want to giggle at something, I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I literally label every order where the customer's in chat, their username, and then turn on. So
Turned on.
Works for me.
Turned on.
here's Nick's turn on. There we go.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
It's mine.
Like, I think think it might be a good idea to start posting them in the community Discord.
Probably.
But yeah, YK Boss. I saw that Sev posted the like speeds for stuff. But yeah, storage has speed because I like if you think about it, right? You have an HDD, a hard disk drive, which has a spinning disk that data is both written to and read from. And then you have solid state drives that use electronics to store data, and those run faster, but it's still the same. They still have to write and read data to and from them. And then NVMEs are just, still SSDs. And yeah, so you can see like what Sev posted, the relative like speeds of like hard drives and SSDs versus like the different generations of NVMEs. But kind of like the fact remains that I think a 3rd terabyte is needed. No, not at all. My personal opinion would be just like save the money. But I will
depends
say
on what you're gonna
that,
be doing with it.
like, I really thoroughly enjoy having OS drive, a game drive, and then a storage drive.
I have 9 terabytes and 7 individual drives.
Jeez.
It makes life horrid because I try not to fill drives up too much. So I'm like, oh, I'll download a couple games to this drive and then a couple games to this drive. Like, are we talking basement or just after work? That's funny.
Hey, nice.
Hey, YK
Nice.
Boss,
Thank you
sub.
for the
Thank
tier
you so
1
much
sub.
for the sub.
I do like on this case, like the fan configuration is just, it's just okay. I do like that you can see the RGB fans through the floor of
That is
the
cool.
inside of the case. It kind
This
of radiates
is
up.
a bit. Well, actually, I was
Although
going
you
to say
can't
that this
see
is a
it
bit
this
better
way,
than the 011.
but then
With the Evo.
Oh, you can see it through the back as well. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it was really nice. What's the difference between KF and K Intel CPUs? Yeah, so with Intel, the K means unlocked, so it means like kind of overclocking more or less. And then like these helpful chatters are saying, F is no integrated graphics. So like if a CPU has integrated graphics, it's possible for you to plug the HDMI into the motherboard and get an output from that. You're not going to be able to like really play games too well with the integrated graphics, but you will get graphics out without a graphics card. But because they don't have the integrated graphics, they're usually cheaper. Say your GPU is dead, you can switch to integrated graphics in the CPU. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. We never updated the.
Yeah, it's all good. I was just letting the chat know
what? Oh, damn.
about the typo for the processor.
How could we?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's cool that you have the specs on there, though. Like, I don't think that was a thing in Redacted, was it?
It was.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was. Except for it's so much nicer now because we just have like templates, and maybe we have to change 1 or 2 things.
Right.
Whereas at Redacted, you had to like look at the order and you had to look at the screen and you had to like type out every single part. It was
Oh yikes!
We usually relegated that to Adrian, though.
or me whenever I
Or
was
you, yeah.
doing that.
All right, should we find someone to raid?
Yeah.
Nick, are you gonna stream?
Heck yeah. No, I have to work early tomorrow, sadly.
It is It is bedtime.
Yeah, it's getting late there.
No,
But I will definitely come along with the raid, and I just want to say thank you guys for having me. It's been a blast. And
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for joining in. It was a lot of fun getting to talk to you and hang out.
Uh-oh, we've been banned.
Yeah, of course. And thanks, chat, for having me as well. Sorry if I was boring to listen to, but it's been fun.
You did... Do it.
Yeah, let's raid devs and shame
heck
him
yeah.
for not being here.
Oh no, no.
Is it joke? Is it joke?
Oh, the bomb. Yeah, you did join at the end of stream.
Yeah.
It is 9:35.
Hey, Tyrell. Okay. W stream, thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you, YK boss. Okay.
Win stream.
Angor.
But yeah,
Fogor.
thanks everybody for hanging out.
Hatchet, are you in our Discord?
Ooh, yeah. Are you in?
Because you could learn more.
Discord. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna start the raid. Everyone, please join the raid. Whose PC is this? Nick, say something.
Yo,
it's Nick's
mine.
PC. We have Nick here. Vicarious
Hello.
Nick in chat. Yeah. Everyone, please join the raid and show devs a lot of love. Now, I think it's about time.
We'll see you on Wednesday.
Bye bye.
See you Wednesday.